involve risk and, unless otherwise stated, are not guaranteed. Information expressed does not take into account your specific situation or objectives and is not intended as recommendations appropriate for any individual. Listeners are encouraged to seek advice from a qualified tax, legal, or investment advisor to determine whether any information presented may be suitable for their specific situation. Past performance is not indicative of future performance. This radio show is a paid placement.
The proceeding was paid for by Net Worth Advisors. Information on the program was intended to solely further the public's general knowledge about the product. Opinions expressed should not be relied upon for any purpose by any member of the audience. News Radio KDKA does not guarantee the accuracy of any of the information heard on the preceding program.
Ms. Fernandez, what are those tiny things?
Those are what we call amoebas. You can only see them through a microscope.
Wow.
Today's students are tomorrow's great thinkers and innovators. But right now, there's a funding crisis in public schools. Millions of kids go to schools that don't have funding for books, computers, and so much more just because of where they live. You can help change that. Donors Choose is a nonprofit that lets you support students and teachers in your community and beyond. You choose which supplies to support. You could provide first graders with pencils and paper, or other students with their first chapter books, help a music class get a guitar.
You could even supply a classroom like mine with a science project. But what you're really giving is the moment that sparks a brighter tomorrow.
To learn more, please visit DonorsChoose.org. That's DonorsChoose.org. Choose students. Shape the future.
I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know, taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Let's play a game. The rewards are high if played right. In the game, you can receive an education, choose a career, buy property, get married, and so much more. Success in the game doesn't rely on luck, chance, or even strategy. To win, you must know the rules. The Constitution is the rulebook for our game. It tells the players, you, me, the government, what's fair, what's foul, and who makes the calls. Learn the Constitution. Use it, defend it, and win, because if you don't know the rules, you can't win the game.
Freedom. It's an American thing. From AmericanThing.org.
When you get a diagnosis of Parkinson's disease, things get real.
And nobody understands that better than the Parkinson's Foundation. All across the country, we provide resources and support in the fight against Parkinson's, a neurological disease that affects movement.
The Parkinson's Foundation is dedicated to improving care and advancing research towards a cure.
And when you call our helpline, you'll speak to a real person who can help you find the right information. Because while living with Parkinson's can be challenging, there are things you can do to improve your quality of life. So, whether you're newly diagnosed, have been living with Parkinson's for years, or caring for a loved one,
when Parkinson's gets real, find real answers at the Parkinson's Foundation.
Go to Parkinson.org or call our helpline at 1-800-4PD-INFO, 1-800-473-4636. The Parkinson's Foundation. Better lives together.
Your source for official traffic information. Hear it on News Radio KDKA.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
From ABC News, I'm Mike Dubusky. The U.S. and Iran are inching towards peace, with both sides potentially signing a memorandum of understanding in the coming days. ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang has what this new agreement entails.
The senior administration official says if Iran holds up their end of the bargain, they'll get relief from crushing economic pressure and reintegrate into the global economy. Trump says Iran will promise never to build or obtain a nuclear weapon, but that promise is not new. In fact, it was in the very first paragraph of the nuclear deal negotiated under President Obama, a deal that Trump tore up and still repeatedly criticizes to this date. Selena Wang, ABC News, the White House.
Questions remain around timing, however, with President Trump saying a signing is scheduled for tomorrow, but an Iranian foreign ministry spokesperson saying earlier today that it will not be tomorrow. The Trump administration says the president's name has been removed from the Kennedy Center in Washington in compliance with multiple rulings. Here's ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy.
Staffers of the Kennedy Center, of the National Symphony Orchestra, are basically all in limbo right now. The Washington National Opera is suing, claiming the Kennedy Center owes that company millions of dollars. So it's very much unclear what's going to happen next. But what we seem to be able to say today is that it's no longer the Trump Kennedy Center.
Cleanup efforts are underway across the Midwest today. Officials say more than 200 buildings were damaged in just one town, Maryville, in northern Indiana. Diamond Harrison lives there.
We have a lot of elder people on the block and a lot of people that live by themselves, but we came together as a community at the end of the night. Everybody was safe, but it definitely it affected each one of us.
The National Weather Service confirms 7 tornadoes touched down in that region as well. You're listening to ABC News.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month during Window Nation's Buy 4 Get 4 free sale. Yes, half of your new beautiful energy efficient windows free. Plus no money down and no monthly payments or interest for 2 years. Call now 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
I've been telling you all about the secret war on our cash and the free report you can receive a copy of by contacting Swiss America at 800-289-2646. I'd also like to encourage you to subscribe to their podcast on YouTube. Just search Swiss America Trading. The podcast can provide you a ton of vital information and financial news in the challenging and uncertain times we're in. Subscribe today. Learn more about BRICS, industry leaders, and their market predictions for the future, along with what you might expect to see in terms of precious metal performance in the weeks and months ahead. Message and data rates may apply.
The UFC event on the South Lawn of the White House will move forward tomorrow after a judge tossed out a lawsuit looking to stop those fights from happening. ABC's Olivia Rubin has more.
A weekend full of events will kick off with the main event on Sunday night, when the White House says about 4,000 private guests will watch a series of matches. They say more than 100,000 eager viewers are set to watch nearby from the Ellipse. Now, this unprecedented event is put on by UFC and Dana White, a longtime friend and political supporter of the president, to the tune of $60 million. President Trump says it's totally free, but it's not clear how much it's costing taxpayers and security.
Weigh-ins have been happening at the Lincoln Memorial. World Cup fever spreads after an early victory for Team USA, beating Paraguay 4-1 in Los Angeles yesterday. ABC's Christiane Cordero.
The Americans are here. Team USA is flying high at the top of the group. More than 70,000 soccer fans packing SoFi Stadium to witness the first men's World Cup match on U.S. soil in 32 years.
Team USA takes on Australia next week. Meanwhile, later today marks the first match on the East Coast, with Brazil playing Morocco in New Jersey. Game 5 of the NBA Finals tips off tonight in San Antonio. The New York Knicks are 1 win away from their first title in 53 years, leading the Spurs 3-1. I'm Mike Dubosky, ABC News.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711 91.1.
Mostly sunny this afternoon, warm with low humidity and a high of 85. Then clouds move in with a low of 64 tonight. A couple of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
He's downright entertaining, and he's on the voice of Pittsburgh. Michael Bartley, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
All right, here we go on a Saturday afternoon. It's 2:06. It's 82 degrees in the Berg. What a gorgeous day. Wow. Beautiful. I'm here till 5 o'clock as I normally am on Saturday, 2 to 5, 866-391-1020, 866-391-1020, anything you want. It's okay. We do open forum on Saturdays. But I have to tell you, I went this morning, I got my coffee, I was so happy, and then I met some friends for breakfast in the Strip District, but we couldn't eat in the Strip District because the place we liked was closed for a funeral. Then we tried our next favorite place, and there were 50 people in line, and then the next place, 50 people in line, so we went to Shady Side to have breakfast. Doesn't matter. But we spent some time in the Strip District, and this is one of my favorite things. One of the young guys had never been to Pittsburgh before, and people love being so impressed with the Strip District. They love it. It's the greatest, and it's such a great place to show off. It really is. So, and I went around the block, around and around and around for parking, and I don't care about that. And, if you have to pay the $10, you have to pay the $10. If you have to pay the $6, you have to pay the $6. It's fine. I know people care about that, but you know what? The older I get, I don't sweat the small stuff in life. You learn not to sweat the small stuff. You just learn not to. Because, if you can enjoy a day, enjoy it. So it was so incredibly vibrant. And it always is on Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings. It was a joy to be there and to welcome people who've never been to Pittsburgh to, let's face it, our most vibrant, fun neighborhood. I know Lawrenceville's in there, Squirrel Hill's in there, and the South Side's in there, Oakland's in there, but the Strip District is just a unique place. It just is. I can't help it. I can't. And just to see, traffic and people so happy and shopping and, the sidewalks filled. It was wonderful. It really was. And to hear people who are from, this young guy was from out west, he was like, this neighborhood is incredible. And it really is. It is absolutely, positively incredible. And what's better than going out to breakfast on a Saturday? Oh, baby. Yep. So we went over to Shady Side to have breakfast at one of my favorite diners, and it was great. It was super. So I was curious to ask you because I don't want to say I forced myself, but I wanted to see, and you heard that story on the ABC News about the World Cup and how excited people are. 70,000+ people at the Los Angeles Stadium and all this type of stuff. Are you watching? Are you interested in this? Is this your cup of tea? And I have to be honest with you. And this is the first time the World Cup has been here in 32 years. It's a big deal. It's going on in Philly and all the, some of our big cities. And it is a very big deal. But it's interesting. When I talk to the average person who's my age or whatever, and they're not into it as much, and the interest in soccer as a sport is on the rise, of course, in the United States. And young parents now, they're going back and forth from basketball, football, lacrosse, soccer, hockey, and soccer, baseball, soccer. Soccer's a big thing for kids, and it has been for decades. It's really caught on. But I don't know. My age group, and maybe younger, we played baseball and football and basketball and street hockey, and it wasn't, unless it was Pittsburgh. I just don't know. You have to educate me on it. We didn't do a lot of soccer. There weren't soccer fields, and there weren't soccer teams like there are now. And I have to be greatly honest with you. And I have a lot of friends who are diehard soccer fan people. And I have been to a Pittsburgh soccer game over in, across the river from downtown. And I can't say that I know exactly what's going on in the sport, but I'm going to force myself to watch the World Cup because of the hoopla and what a big deal this is. But I asked a question today. Why they stay on this wide shot? They don't take a ton of, this is the way I understood it. They don't take a ton of tight shots of soccer players and medium shots and a whole different sequence of shots on television, camera shots I'm talking about, like they do in football and baseball and basketball. And it was explained to me that that's because when you watch a soccer game, it's not just following the ball. It's not just where the ball is, it's where everybody else is. I think that's how I understood it. And see, it's those things that I kind of didn't understand. And so it stays on this wide shot the whole time. And maybe I was getting bored with it a little bit, but I have to get used to it. It's a matter of getting used to it and understanding, how it works. The experts in sports say that, the World Cup is the world's biggest sporting event, bar none. So this is huge because it's worldwide. So, and there's a recent poll out that, and it was affiliated with ESPN. Does the World Cup being hosted by the United States make you more interested in watching the 2026 World Cup? Among soccer fans, affirmative responses fell from 80% in April 2025 to 63% in April of 2026. Positive responses from the general populace fell from 38% to 27%, while the drop for sports fans and avid sports fans was 54% to 42%. And it's tough to understand what that means, but as the World Cup comes here now, and that poll is dated, but I wonder if you're interested in it. And I love to hear the perspective because I'm not familiar enough with soccer that maybe I understand. Of course, I understand you kick a ball down and put it in the goal. It's not as simple as that. It's like going to a Penguins game. It took me 5 years to understand what icing meant. Okay? And to each his own. Is it your cup of tea? But I think it's really cool that this is going on, and people are rabid about it. They think it's a big, big deal. So I just wanted to mention that because that's cool. And guess what? Boy, am I going to watch the NBA Finals tonight. Yes, indeed. It's back to in San Antonio after that the miracle at MSG the other night in New York. So the Knicks are up 3-1. Oh, I'm watching that tonight. All right, anyway, I want to talk about a number of things going on here today. And, oh boy, they tore off Trump's name off the, they did it this morning off the Kennedy Center. Before I head to break, I want to remind you, calling all Pittsburgh creators, whether you're considering a podcast, and I'm involved with this Tuesday evening, whether you're considering a podcast, launching your first show, or you're a seasoned pro, it's time to connect. Join us at Odyssey Pittsburgh for the Pittsburgh Podcasters Meetup to share ideas, find collaborators, and grow your audience. Go onto the Eventbrite Pittsburgh site and search PodFest, and secure your spot today. The spots are limited, so you gotta get in there and do it. All right? 866-391-1020. Michael Bartley on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Your source for the AccuWeather forecast. Hear it on News Radio KDKA.
Here's a World Soccer Championship preview.
Brought to you by Lowe's. Members get more at Lowe's. And by the first ever Infiniti QX65. Brazil has been a trendy pre-tournament pick, but has a challenging opening match in Group C against Morocco. Morocco is the highest-ranked African side entering a World Cup since 1994. Neymar is working his way back into the Brazilian team from an injury. Morocco will be confident after beating Brazil in 2023. I'm Mike Conti.
Life's best moments start with perfect choices. For Connie Nowak, it was a trolley ride and a 67-year love story. A life of family, smart decisions, and companionship with Chester the cat. Her retirement choice? The Village at St. Barnabas. Recreation, healthcare, close to family, everything on her list. Plus, it's an exceptional retirement value with a flexible entry process and affordable rates. St. Barnabas Retirement Communities, stbarnabascommunities.com, or call 724-444-5568.
Here's the latest from the KDKA Community Message Board.
Tell me this wouldn't sound nice. Reduced joint pain, improved libido, restful sleep, and lower anxiety. Weight loss may be the goal, but the added benefits by doing it with Awaken 180 are endless. Awaken180weightloss.com. It's the weekly program that keeps you current with the latest travel trends and vacation values. Listen to AAA's Talking Travel every Saturday morning at 11 on KDKA Radio. March of Dimes that starts with Mom PA Military Shower helps pregnant military families have one less thing to worry about with a fun, informative, and free baby shower Saturday, August 22nd at the 316th Sustainment Command. If you're pregnant and you or your partner are an E6 or below active duty, reserve, or veteran military service member, call 412-506-8610 to join them.
Details at KDKARadio.com.
Take a walk around your house, and unless you've had CertaPro painters paint your exterior recently, you're thinking the same thing. I need to get rid of that drabby paint. I did this with CertaPro painters, and wow, what a difference. Get the job done right because you're working with the owners. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated, and I love that. And 70,000 five-star reviews can't be wrong. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
You can never have too many tools. Shop DeWalt deals at Lowe's. Get a free Select DeWalt 20-volt max power tool when you buy a Select 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery kit. Plus, get a free additional DeWalt 20-volt max 8-amp-hour battery when you buy a DeWalt 10-inch 20-volt max dual-bevel compounded miter saw. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 6/24 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
If you dread dealing with your insurance more than you dread yard work, with a swarm of hungry mosquitoes buzzing around, Then you might have Insuranoia. You should have NJM Insurance. They go to great lengths to do what's best for their policyholders.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Okay, welcome back. Michael Bartley on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA. 866-391-1020. Today is Saturday. It's 82 degrees and a gorgeous day out. Beautiful. So I'm updating you now on this, the war with Iran and where we are. And anything you want to talk about today is fine with me. It's I do open forum on Saturday. It's great. It's a lot of fun. So local stories, whatever. All right. And there's a local story about Carnegie Mellon I'm going to get to as well. And I'm also going to get to the Kennedy Center stuff. But I wanted to, early enough, are we done with the war with Iran? Are we finished? Are we done? So, and President Trump keeps saying that, and I don't know. What can I do? I always think there's confusion when he says something, and there always is. All right, ready? So, President Trump says again that there's an agreement with Iran, and it's scheduled to get signed tomorrow, and it would result in the Strait of Hormuz reopening. But now Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps denied plans for a Sunday signing, saying a framework has not been finalized, and criticized Trump's unusual, quote-unquote, unusual insistence on tomorrow. The key mediators here is Pakistan, and they said the agreement would be signed electronically. The memorandum of understanding between Washington and Tehran would kick off a 60-day period of negotiations on how to implement the framework and resolve remaining sticking points at the center of the conflict. So if that's true, it's not a Iran surrenders and the war's over. This is an ongoing thing. This is kind of a marathon, not a sprint, right? However, if Trump gets the Strait of Hormuz reopened, I'm good with that. I am. Believe it. But questions remain. Iranian descriptions of the terms have differed from details released by the Trump administration in the United States, including on key issues such as the future of Tehran's nuclear program and frozen Iranian funds. Some today are saying, and I understand why they're saying it, did we do all this to get back to the same deal that Obama had and Trump tore it up? That's a very legitimate question and concern. It is. Did we pay $5 a gallon for gasoline to get back to the same deal we had under Obama? That Iran would promise not to have it, and we'd have to, and under Obama's thing, we'd have to. They did verifiable inspections. Also today, gas prices are coming down, and I hope they open the strait, and I hope they come down big time. But some of the petroleum experts are saying that gas prices falling toward $4 a gallon and could go below $4 a gallon are entirely possible when the Strait of Hormuz opens up and the war is over, but gas prices plummeting, dropping like a rock, the way some people describe, that remains uncertain. That remains uncertain. A professor of petroleum at the University of Houston, where those kind of studies are big time, says, I think you should be very, very skeptical. Any global challenge is likely to put significant upward pressure on gasoline prices in the United States, even if there's a settlement in this war. So don't be thinking like, I guess, we'll wait and see. We will. But this is not like some black and white thing in terms of certainty and uncertainty. And I never count my chickens with Trump. He's been saying for months that this deal's coming. And then it does a complete topsy-turvy deal. 866-391-1020, news coming up.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds, and you're overweight. Winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you, with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So, yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds, too. Get a quote right now at 800-700-6898, 800-700-6898, or biglou.com.
I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know, taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Now that I'm retired, I'm worried about making ends meet. Food, medicine, and rent cost more every day. And that's why I used benefitscheckup.org. It connected me to an extra $1,000 a month. Benefitscheckup.org is a free service from the National Council on Aging. In a few clicks, older adults like me can see if they might qualify for money-saving programs. If you're on a fixed income, benefitscheckup.org might help you too. For free, visit today.
Supported by the U.S. Administration for Community Living.
This is Marty Griffin. I have seen so much anger these days. You know what's overwhelmed me with joy and optimism? This Get Marty. The folks in this community that have stepped up. You can't help your neighbor if you hate your neighbor. Get Marty epitomizes that opportunity to help people, feed people, clothe people, educate people. If you need me, get Marty at kdkradio.com. It's where we will find a way to help you.
Presented by UPMC Health System, Phil DeLuceni and Associates, Cousins Roofing, Siding and Decks, and by Harold Shepley and Associates. From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
ABC News. News. I'm Mike Dubusky. In a new post on social media, President Trump says his deal with Iran is scheduled to get signed tomorrow, though so far we haven't heard from the Iranians on that new timeline. ABC's Michelle Franzen reports.
It's something that's going to get done.
On Friday, Iranian state media released a 14-point memorandum of understanding, but Iran says it has not been approved by relevant authorities. And according to Iranian state media, it would not immediately change the country's nuclear ambitions, would not require a transfer of control of the Strait of Hormuz, and would allow Iranian assets frozen by the U.S. to be released.
A spokesperson for the Trump administration says the agreement reopens the Strait of Hormuz and leads to the dismantling of the Iranian nuclear program. And around 200,000 people across the Midwest remain without power today after powerful storms, including 7 confirmed tornadoes, blew through that area yesterday. This is ABC News.
Don't delay in getting that plumbing repair done. Call Palucci Plumbing today for all of your plumbing needs. From trenchless sewer repair and waterline repairs and replacement, hot water tanks, sewer camera inspections, to Pittsburgh body repairs, no job is too small for Palucci Plumbing. Owners Amy and Nick Palucci have been in business for 26 years, so give them a call for your next plumbing repair or replacement. Palucci Plumbing, 412-782-5050. That's 412-782-5050.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
This is attorney Christine Brown Murphy with the law firm of Zachariah Brown. If you have a loved one in a nursing home, we need to talk. Give our office a call at 724-942-6200 or visit our website at pittsburghelderlaw.com.
You have some dough. It's lunchtime, but there's no way you would eat just dough for lunch, right? Well, the good thing is, I have some cheese. Your friend has some tomato sauce. This random guy on the street has pepperoni in his backpack. If we bring all these ingredients together, we end up with something much better than any of them alone. A savory pizza for lunch. But each of us has not only different ingredients, but also different opinions coming from our different life experiences. If we bring all these experiences and all these opinions together in friendly, civil conversation, we end up with opinions and ideas that are better than any of our individual opinions before. So if we want to come up with better ideas for a better world, what we really need are civil, civic conversations. Pizzas. It's an American thing. AmericanThing.org.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Low humidity and sunshine this afternoon. High a warm 85. Then we turn cloudy with a low of 64 tonight. Showers and afternoon thunderstorms tomorrow. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zayer, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All right. Hope you're having a good weekend, and be back on Monday. Tons to talk about after this weekend. Catch you Monday, 2 to 6, right here, KDK.
Welcome back. It is Saturday, 2:35 in the afternoon. 82 degrees in Pittsburgh. A beautiful day. To the phones we go. George in Clairton. Hello, George.
Michael Bartley. I got to sing a quick couple measures to you. Oh, all right, and it's coming on. We got to get right after where we started from. No.
Woo, baby. Hey,
and you know
hey,
what I like about that song?
Are you watching the World Cup?
Heck no.
Why? How come people don't watch it?
I'm not into that. I'm into what's going on in the world, and I'm into what's going on in this country.
I understand.
You know
I
where I'm coming
understand.
from. I don't play that sports crap when there's real stuff at hand, and that's been a big distraction to this country probably for 250 years. Definitely in my 50 to 70 years of being cognizant.
But it's the first time in 32 years
the
world. It's the first time in 32 years the World Cup come to the United States.
Well, we could subtract 32 years. We were right in the middle of the 90s. And what was in the news then? Probably Monica Lewinsky. So, there we are.
No, that was... 94 was too early for
30
Monica.
years ago was 96. This was 94. You know what was in the news then? The contract with America.
1994.
Right?
Well, you got me going
1994, January 94 started the contract of America with America.
I know, but you got me going about Monica Lewinsky.
No, don't go in that direction, please.
I know. No, I won't.
Well, I tell you, we're gonna wind up drawing like an even deal with Iran, and let's face it, from their point of view, and I'm no lover of the Persians, but I like people in general, and I hate hypocrisy. I heard Ted say that the other day, and that's exactly how I feel. This is so hypocritical because when they go in, when the media says, this station says, that's what I listen to. So I'm going to be critical that we just go back 50 years at the same thing, same regime. It's the same thing. And I've been doing a deeper dive than just my old history books and everything else I love about the Mideast, including my nationalities from there. And you know what I see? How much money we do really spend for Israel. And we're so afraid to say anything because we think we're anti-Israel. Not true. Or we might be anti the Zionist movement, and we need to get that out there and talk about what that really means. Because if we ever run Shapiro gets run for president, people are going to lump him all in the same thing, and that's going to slaughter him. It really is. He needs to come out and talk about his stances on this, and we need to really think that we need to spend, 16 to 18, I don't know if it's billion or trillion, it really doesn't matter to me, to APEC and all this. APEC wasn't even in my vocabulary until about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, there's not going to be some fast, quick ending without residual effects, that's for sure.
Sure, and more people are becoming aware on what's really been going on. That's one thing I'm very happy about with this war.
All right, now, you ready?
We're now really seeing the whole deal. We're not just buying into Israel as our only ally in the Mideast. We're not buying into that anymore.
All right,
we bought into that since even when the U.S. Liberty was being shot down, bombed. I was in fifth grade.
Are you there? Oh, I lost you. I think I lost you. George, you're still on the phone. Oh, there you go. You're back. Go ahead.
We've been buying into that only ally theory since I remember the USS Liberty in the port of Haifa, I think it was HAIFI maybe. They got bombed. They were kind of like an intelligence ship, sure, but they got bombed by Israel. They were our allies, and they just mercifully hit us for 2 hours. I was shocked. I was only in fifth grade, but I was shocked. So I've been a real deal. I don't get bought into all these uniforms and all this rah. I can't say it enough. Makes me droll right now because we've been getting BS by our own stupidness for how long? Over 5 decades. 5 decades, God, I had it 1 year in U.S. still. I'm going back 7 years before that when I was in fifth grade, going to sixth grade. And it's the same issues in this country over and over again. And when things get tight, we start talking about sports. Pratt did it this morning. It was so typical and sickening. You know what I'm going to wind up doing? Is going back to serious.
All right, now listen, pay attention. Pay attention. You ready? Pay attention. Since you brought this up. Now, the last time the World Cup was here was 32 years ago, so that was 1994. And I said, you said, what was the big story there, Lewinsky? No, you're kind of close, but you're a few years off. However, the sexual relationship between Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky began in 1995. Ding, 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 ding. Clinton was 49 years old. Lewinsky was 22 years old.
What, Linda Starr? Remember Linda Starr?
No, it wasn't Linda Starr. It was Linda. The Starr was the special prosecutor. Linda Tripp. You're thinking of Linda Tripp.
It was a trip. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I forgot.
All right. Now
you got me tripping.
Their sexual travails lasted 18 months. And they didn't end. They didn't end until 1997, and the story broke Now, this is the story broke in January of 1998, and that rings a bell because I was covering. I was in California because I was anchoring then, and we had to do the Packers were in the Super Bowl in San Diego. We're heading to San Diego, and what would be the lead story in Milwaukee, where I worked, the Green Bay Packers in the Super Bowl. But guess what? It wasn't. My stories were getting bumped by Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. Oh, man. That was 1998. That was 98.
Well, okay, let me get in real quick. In 97, September, do you know what our gas was per gallon?
What?
It was like 70-some cents a gallon.
How much?
97.
How much?
About 70-some cents a gallon.
Wow.
Okay, amazing. Yes, look it up. I'm positive. And it was way less than $1 because I bought a Geo Metro. My nickname is Geo. I bought a Geo Metro, okay? And it was every time I had good vehicles on gas, the gas was cheap. When I had a truck, the gas was $3.99 a gallon. But seriously, and as we got into 98, especially in the spring, in April of 98, now I know this for a fact because I was subbing, and I was talking at school with my old teacher. She's a late, also, all of them are gone almost. And we were talking about Wag the Tail, that movie, Bill Clinton with Serbia. Remember that was going on with the Bosnian Serbs? All at once. Okay, a good distraction from, you said 97 with Monica. I didn't want to go into this, but it just shows you the whole trend of the media. Okay, we got off of the Monica Lewinsky track. We got onto the Yugoslavia trial, and then the Serbs, which were always our allies, were now the bad guys. I know what Mislovic was doing in 1990 was tough, but, there's a lot of hostilities in all parts of the world. And this is a good example of what's going on now. Also in 98, that's when the gas started going back up, and everybody was saying, what in the world does Serbia have to do with the price of our gas? Now, there was a trans-European pipeline that was being put in. I tell you what, Ted's listening. I said, Craig. Well, Ted, too. Craig knows the pipelines and all that stuff.
Craig will know. All right, now, 1994, this is some more trivia for you, okay? I love doing this. 1994 was the last time. Was the last time that the World Cup was in the United States, and what was the big stories? What were the big stories in 1994? The biggest story in 1994. Guess what?
Let me tell you. Right, what's today's date? Today's the 13th. What happened on? I think it was the 11th or 12th. Was the OJ?
That
started that Friday night.
That's it. The biggest story of 1994 was O.J. Simpson's double murder case.
You know what? I worked as a waiter at Chili's for 30 years in West Mifflin, right by the airport. You know what my sales were that night? I'm pretty sure. 6.67 cents.
Wait, that was a Friday night. That was a Friday night. It was.
Yes, it was. It was a Friday night. Yep. Because I always closed the restaurant, and I got out of there around 12 or 1 or 2. I was slow, but I was thorough, as I used to say. And, yeah, man. That was my sales, $666.67, 6666.67.
Wait, what Chili's? Hey, Mike, my producer, Mike, what'd you say? Mike, do you got your mic on in there? Would you say you know where that Chili's is?
Right by the airport.
Yeah, right by the airport. It's Century Square.
Century Square by the Pittsburgh International Airport. No. You mean
no.
You mean the old airport.
Church Road.
Yeah, the old airport.
Yeah, Lebanon Church Road.
Yeah, you know what I used to love at that on Lebanon Church Road? We called that the old airport, or the Allegheny County Airport, right? Isn't that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know when? Okay, you know Lebanon Church Road. When you go up Lebanon Road from, like Hayes, you go up that hill.
From Hayes, yes.
When we were kids, we used to love to go up there when the Goodyear blimp was in town, because they would park.
That's true. Yeah.
They would park the blimp on the overpass, and you would actually go under the blimp. Do you remember that?
I do. You know what we used to do? We used to go right to the airport and watch the planes come in and out at night and land. And my dad knew some bosses in the mill that saw how excited I was as a first grader. This is like 62, 63. And they said, Steve, let me take Georgie. Let me take your boy on. They wouldn't take me on his little Cessna. My dad wouldn't let me. Wow. Oh, I was so mad. I'm still mad about that.
All right, no.
Well, not to interrupt, but my dad also said before that airport was built, or the runway, there was a spring water there for just everyone would come around and get water up there.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
I missed you.
Mike.
Well, we're fading in and out today, and I'm in one spot standing still.
Wait, did you hear what Mike said, George?
No, I didn't hear a word he
Wait,
said.
say
I
it
just
again,
heard you
say it
I
again,
didn't know
Mike.
that.
Say it again, Mike.
I said before the airport was built, my dad said there was like I guess a spring water up there that would run, and a lot of people would come around to get some of that water up there.
I never knew
No
that.
kidding.
Wow.
I never heard that, but I'll find out.
Wow.
I travel that every day.
All right, now wait a minute. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 1994. Because I love looking back on history here.
Me
Okay,
too. I love this Trivial Pursuit live.
O.J. Simpson.
I'm a
O.J.
local.
Simpson was the big story. The second biggest story. How about this for being sort of a coincidence? 1994 midterm elections. The political landscape was completely upended. The Republican Party, led by Newt Gingrich, and the Contract with America won control of both the House and the Senate, and it was a historic landslide, ending 40 years of Democratic control in the House of Representatives. I didn't realize they had 40 years of control. I guess I forgot that.
Yeah, so we're saying back to the 50s, days of Eisenhower. He was president when I was born in 56. Eisenhower, Ike.
Wow, but I'll tell you what, George, thanks for the call, by the way. I got to get into the break here, but wow, that was, they cleaned the Democrats' clock. That was under Newt Gingrich. Yeah, I remember that. And then, so then Clinton had to work with Gingrich. I remember those days. I do. I sure do. All right, be right back, and 866-391-1020.
When the weather turns bad, turn to us for the best news, weather, and traffic information from the KDKA Radio Storm Center. Presented by Duquesne Light Company. Larger than light. Online and on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important, trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
When it comes to surgery, trust matters. At Independence Health System, our award-winning surgeons use advanced techniques and technology to deliver safe, precise, and personalized care. We offer minimally invasive options for faster recovery, smaller incisions, and less risk. From hernia repair to bariatric surgery, our skilled team is here for you every step of the way. Learn more at independence.health. Independence Health System. Expert care here.
The Big K Morning Show with Larry Richards.
Hall of Fame broadcaster Bill Hillgrove, we need to get you as the cover boy for an effort to reignite the regatta. You could do this by barefoot skiing coming down the Ohio River towards the point.
I swam in the Allegheny, and that was enough of that. Now, water skiing, you stay out of the water if you're good.
Weekday mornings 5:30 to 10 on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Pittsburgh, Larry Richard here. Let's go to Paris to cheer on the black and gold. I have your golden ticket through AAA October 21st through the 26th. We're taking over the City of Light. Round trip flights, a luxury Marriott stay, game tickets, and an epic black and gold kickoff party. Double occupancy packages starting at $7,199. Space is extremely limited. Call 800-354-8761 or visit your local AAA branch now. Here we go to Paris with AAA Travel.
Let me tell you something about insurance. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. But your business runs all year, so do the gaps and the risk. So go to supersure.com. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just go buy a policy online. Supersure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits. all with year-round support for you and your team. At Supershore.com, you can access tools like fine print facts. It'll translate your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to Supershore.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Supershore.com. That's Supershore.com. Paid for by Supershore Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
You've heard the stories. Now talk about them with Michael Bartley. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hey, 2 to 5 Saturday. It is so beautiful this day, 82 degrees while sunny. Oh, my heavens, just perfection. Perfection. And I had so much fun showing newcomers to the Berg this morning. It was great. It was great. By the way, I'm repeating this now for you, calling all Pittsburgh creators. Whether you're considering a podcast, launching your first show, or you're a seasoned pro, it's time to connect. This is a big deal. Join us at Odyssey Pittsburgh for the Pittsburgh Podcasters Meetup to share ideas, find collaborators, and grow your audience. Search podcast on Eventbrite and secure your spot today. I did it today. Just go online, go on your phone. Search Eventbrite. It pops up Eventbrite Pittsburgh. Go in the search there, their search bar. Put in their Podfest, Podfest. Boom. You make your reservation. You're golden. They're limited seats, so you better get in there. You better get in there and do it. This is going to be a big thing. It's going to be time to connect. It is. All right? All right, after ABC News at the top of the hour, we'll get into some more some of the heavier stuff. I always like to have a fun first hour, and then we'll get into some heavier topics. But I got to say hello to my man, Dick in Dayton. You're calling in early today. You normally call, so you're my last caller.
Yeah, how you doing there, Michael?
Good. How you doing, Dick in Dayton?
Oh, it's a pretty day here.
I want to know. How it's gorgeous here.
Is it? Yeah, it's very nice. Of course, we had a lot of storms,
Yeah, we did too. Yeah. But today, we deserve a nice day like today.
We do. We really do. And it's slow today. We had a lot of activities, but I'm going tomorrow. One of our person in church, he died. He was 81. His name was Walt, and Walt loved everybody,
What happened to him?
Walt used to get me laughing. He always called me Crazy Dick.
Wait, what happened to Walt? Did he die of natural? What did he get sick?
He got sick.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear. Wait, tomorrow's his funeral?
My friends went today. It was over at Oak Creek, and then tomorrow we'll talk, more.
Yeah.
I'm just helping out a little bit today, but he was good. We Jed picked me up. Jed he's drove a truck, and he's real nice, and he always in the car. And he says, Dick, I'm glad you came. You make me laugh, he said,
And you do. You make me laugh, too, because you're always so happy. Have you ever are you ever sad?
Oh, a couple times I was, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
I get over it.
Hey, Dick, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you watch, do you watch the World Cup soccer thing?
No.
I know. Our generation, I honestly, 8 times out of 10, if I ask somebody of our age, are they watching the World Cup soccer? They say no, but it's the younger folks. It's a big, huge deal, and it is a big deal. It's a huge deal. And I watched some of that. United States, they crushed Paraguay, and I thought that was really fun. And I'm rooting for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got to play. My dad had taught me guitar, and I got one about 2 years ago. I went out there. Doug he was buying stuff and bought me one in a little. It came and it's a black tone, and it sounds as good as Danny Cash. And I did some of those songs outside. Boy, it was pretty good.
You did it out there today?
The other day, and boy, everybody. Caveman was clapping, and people start coming in.
Hey, Dick, you have to have a good guitar. It has to be a good guitar.
A good guitar.
Yeah.
A good guitar.
And you could play
But
but you could play any guitar, can't you?
Yeah, most of them. Yeah, most of them like the tenor guitars. Yeah.
Do you like the electric guitar? You like to play the electric
guitar?
guitar?
I can play a little bit electric, you know.
Yeah, but you like the regular one. You like the regular one.
Yeah. Well, it's good to talk to you, Michael.
I love when you're when you're done, you're
you need
done.
to pick me up, don't you?
When you're done, all of a sudden, out of the blue, it's good to talk to you, Michael. Dick, you kill me. You kill me, and I love having you. Thanks so much.
I'll talk to you again.
Okay, bye-bye. I always wait for him. Like, Dick is so funny. When he reaches his limit, that's it. He calls every time to say hello, and I love saying hello to him. He just picks us up. He does. But I'll tell you what, it's just out of the blue. Well, it's good to talk to you, Michael. Oh, man, I see funny. And translation, that's the end. I'm hanging up. Don't ask me any more questions. That's it. Bye-bye. Hilarious. Oh, my. All right, coming up, let's I want to talk about the Kennedy Center deal. People celebrating that. And I want to talk about a decision by Carnegie Mellon. And it's the trend. It's pretty interesting. 866-391-1020. Michael Bartley, KDKA.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
I've been burned before. I was just repeating the same patterns. It turns out I had a type.
Workplaces everywhere are looking for love. And by love, we mean the easy way to order food at work. Easy Cater.
I thought ordering from great restaurants at work had to be complicated, but then I met Easy Cater. So many options, so flexible, and when I ordered for 50 gluten-free vegans without going over budget, I knew I'd found the platform I wanted to do life and lunch with.
Fall in love with Easy Cater. Start an order at easycater.com.
I'm with Joe Potocznik, JP Roofing and Siding, with an exciting opportunity.
Normally, Larry, we offer $500 off any complete roofing and siding replacements. For our spring promotion, we're offering an additional $500 off.
Joe, that's $1,000.
That's right, Larry.
You better call today. The roofing experts, JP Roofing and Siding, 412-829-7711, 412-829-7711. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Larry.
A divorce is more than just legal paperwork. It's a life change. The stress, the uncertainty, the tough conversations. Cordell & Cordell understands what it's really like to face the unknown. The law firm of Cordell & Cordell has been representing clients during these transitions for over 35 years, helping you focus on what matters most. You don't have to go through it alone. If you or someone you know is facing a divorce or family law matter, visit CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township.
Join Rob Pratt every Sunday at 11 a.m. for Black and Gold Sunday, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer. Rob keeps you posted on Pittsburgh sports with 2 hours of exciting talk. That's Black and Gold Sunday, 11 to 1, presented each week by Coons Market.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA, covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company. Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
From ABC News, I'm Mike Tobuski. Both U.S. and Iranian officials are indicating they will sign on to a memorandum of understanding soon, intended to temporarily quell the fighting in the Middle East. Former Deputy Commander of U.S. Central Command Robert Harward.
objective by the president is to get commerce going through the Straits of Hormuz, and that this agreement accomplishes that. But the broader objectives are going to take time, and that's what that 60 days is meant to work through.
The Department of Justice now says the Trump administration has complied with an order to remove the president's name from the Kennedy Center. The Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act expired overnight. Former Homeland Security official Elizabeth Newman says FISA was passed in the wake of 9/11.
It allows the U.S. government to collect electronic communications, so emails, texts, phone calls, internet activity, with an explicit purpose of targeting non-U.S. persons, people located outside the United States, but without having to obtain an individual warrant.
Democrats holding off on renewing that surveillance measure, saying President Trump's pick to lead the Department of National Intelligence, Bill Pulte, is too inexperienced. Since then, the president put forward another nominee, but lawmakers were already on recess. Tomorrow evening, a series of UFC fights will take place on the north lawn of the White House, part of the Trump administration's celebrations marking 250 years of the United States. ABC's Peter Haralambous has what the threat environment looks like.
There are no known credible threats, but law enforcement is still taking seriously the idea of a potential homegrown or foreign extremist targeting this event. On top of that, there are concerns about soft targets nearby, such as these public events on the National Mall and public transportation stations.
Yesterday, a judge tossed out a last-minute lawsuit that had been aimed at stopping those fights from moving forward. You're listening to ABC News.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month during Window Nation's Buy 4 Get 4 free sale. Yes, half of your new beautiful energy efficient windows free. Plus no money down and no monthly payments or interest for 2 years. Call now 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
I've been telling you all about the Secret War on our cash and the free report you can receive a copy of by contacting Swiss America at 800-289-2646. I'd also like to encourage you to subscribe to their podcast on YouTube. Just search Swiss America Trading. The podcast can provide you a ton of vital information and financial news in the challenging and uncertain times we're in. Subscribe today. Learn more about BRICS, industry leaders, and their market predictions for the future, along with what you might expect to see in terms of precious metal performance in the weeks and months ahead. Message and data rates may apply.
SpaceX is now a publicly traded company, filing its hotly anticipated IPO yesterday. Quickly, the stock soared past its initial share price of over $135, making SpaceX a $2 trillion company at one point, and its owner, Elon Musk, the world's first trillionaire. If you're not invested, executive compensation expert Paul Hodgson says there's still a good chance the company is part of your 401k.
If you have a 401k, generally at least some of that is invested in the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ Stock Exchange Index. So unless you elect to have that stock excluded from your investment, you're going to be exposed to it.
SpaceX is a private space flight company with ambitions to establish colonies on other planets, but it's also an artificial intelligence company, acquiring xAI earlier this year. A major recall affecting a variety of Ford vehicles made between 2010 and 2017. ABC's Chuck Sievertson.
Ford is recalling more than 225,000 Focus models over a valve malfunction that could cause the engine to stall unexpectedly while being driven, increasing the risk of a crash. According to the recall report from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Ford Motors had previously issued a recall for this defect, but repairs were either not completed or were performed incorrectly.
And Game 5 of the NBA Finals tips off tonight in San Antonio. The New York Knicks need just one more win to clinch it over the San Antonio Spurs. Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Here it comes.
Surprise! There's an avocado shortage! Now half your food truck menu is costing more than it's making you! Also, you're out of napkins!
Those aren't cheap! Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise? Saving 13% on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, an ice cream truck stole your parking spot! Looks like you're in a turf war!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Mostly sunny this afternoon, warm with low humidity and a high of 85. Then clouds move in with a low of 64 tonight. A couple of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's Michael Bartley on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Okay, dokie. Welcome back. 866-391-1020. 866-391-1020. Yes, indeed. Yeah, the south lawn of the White House. It's tomorrow, right? Yeah, those fights. The update was it was later in the day because I was going on about this yesterday, doing Marty's show. And by the way, I'm doing Marty's show Monday and Tuesday as well. But that judge ruled later in the day because there was a lawsuit about the trying to stop that UFC show, those fights, UFC fights. They have that big giant claw stage on the, south lawn of the White House. But that it was a federal judge ruled Friday evening that the White House is allowed to stage the show this weekend in an elaborate ring already built on the south lawn to what they say is to celebrate the nation's 250th birthday on, what's June 14th, on President Donald Trump's birthday, and he is 80 years old. He's starting to look it, don't you think? I think so. I mean, and they get on him about falling asleep and all that type of stuff. It's almost like what goes around comes around in the sense of what they did to Joe Biden about, his forgetting stuff and, auto pen and all this type of stuff. And now they're going to, the political gods are kind of getting even. Yeah. And the one thing I know about politics, you can pretend you're right all the time, but you ain't. I can too, but I ain't. Believe me. No. Anyway, that judge rejected a legal advocacy group's request to block organizers from using the White House lawn as the venue for Sunday's planned UFC. It's a mixed martial arts event, and I said yesterday I've never seen it, and I think I'm going to watch it just to check it out. I am. I'm going to see what Trump does there, and but people were mad because there were corporate logos on the stage and in and around the venue. Yeah. Yep. And that judge cited the plaintiff's unreasonable delay in suing to challenge an event that's been in the works for months. So I guess they waited too long. However, the other news that the Trump people were not happy about, and they tried to delay it as much as they could, last evening as well, a federal judge, and they gave them noon deadline today. It was supposed to be by midnight last night, but for various reasons they extended it. The federal judge extended it and told the Kennedy Center and the Kennedy Center board, appointed by Trump, that all references to President Donald Trump, all references inside, outside, and online. Inside, outside, and online must be removed from the Kennedy Center in compliance with the court's extended order to require them to do so by noon today. Here's the updated story from ABC News.
But administration officials have said in a court filing that the president's name has in fact been removed from the facade of the building. At 11 o'clock this morning, an hour before the latest deadline set by a federal judge here in Washington, the update came that behind that tarp that's now in front of the Kennedy Center, workers have taken down the president's name from all physical signage of the building and grounds. The original deadline set by the judge was yesterday, set by Judge Christopher Cooper 2 weeks ago. And Cooper determined then in a lawsuit brought by Ohio Democratic Congresswoman and Kennedy Center board member Joyce Beatty that Congress named the Performing Arts Center after John F. Kennedy, and only Congress can change the name. The judge also ruled that the Kennedy Center's board needed to take a closer look at the plans to renovate it before those plans moved forward, saying that the trustees essentially failed in their duties by essentially rubber stamping the plans to close and move forward with the renovation. Now, that was the judge's order 2 weeks ago, and President Trump seemed resigned to accepting it. His name came off the website and off Kennedy Center emails until just this past Thursday, just 2 days ago, when the Kennedy Center's board voted to appeal Judge Cooper's order. So by yesterday afternoon, the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals got a filing from the Justice Department that very much read like a Trump social media post. It had officials calling Congresswoman Beatty a troublemaker, and it made a claim that President Trump's name should be up there next to John F. Kennedy as a demonstration of, quote, two great presidents, one Republican, one Democrat, working together, in many ways, a bipartisan relationship. The appeals court rejected that request for a stay, and here we are.
And here we are. So have we heard from President Trump about the future of the renovations at the Kennedy Center?
Well, the initial response from the president 2 weeks ago was to basically indicate that he would be walking away from the renovation and leaving it to lawmakers to figure it all out. But late last week on Air Force One, the president told reporters that he's been asked, as he put it in the strongest of language, to stay involved with the Kennedy Center. On June 5th, last week, he said he's considering that and would take a look at other ways to revitalize the facility given the judge's ruling. Under Judge Cooper's order, which is still being appealed, the center is not supposed to close next month. Its programming calendar, Rhiannon, drops off a cliff after July 3rd. Staffers of the Kennedy Center, of the National Symphony Orchestra are basically all in limbo right now. The Washington National Opera is suing, claiming the Kennedy Center owes that company millions of dollars. So it's very much unclear what's going to happen next. But what we seem to be able to say today is that it's no longer the Trump Kennedy Center.
No, it is not. And it'll stay open now. Don't worry. Trump will abandon it. And yeah, construction workers, they worked feverishly this morning, removing Trump's name from the facade of the Kennedy Center. Again, they had till noon. They get up. They did it early this morning. Yep. 6 months after the board, handpicked by Donald Trump, voted to rebrand the iconic performing arts venue. So they removed the lettering on the building, all of it. And now it's back to the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts. Why in heaven's name? And it's a memorial building. Why in heaven's name Trump did that in the first place? I want to say I have no idea, but I think I do have an idea. It's his insecurity and his ego. And he's going to, and why he's doing that. Well, he's 80 years old now. So I guess this is his, I guess he's knowing, his, he's not going to be around forever and trying to get his name on things. Maybe, I wonder if he thinks that after he's dead and gone, that any attempts to put his name on things won't go through. Do you think that's part of it? I don't know. But doing it now in this fashion is crazy, because it was a congressional decision, and now they had to rip his name off the walls. And I don't know why he does these things. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't get it. And now And I think, I think in the years to come, doesn't it feel like the courts, it's one lawsuit after another challenging what he does, one after the other. Now, that ballroom of his is being built. It's being constructed, I guess, but that's in the midst of legal challenges. We're going to see what happens with that. We're going to see, and that's going to be coming to a head soon. And then in the White House, he put gold stuff everywhere, and the Oval Office in gold sign outside on the wall. And I mean, I know each president puts their own signature, and First Lady put their signature on stuff, but Trump, I think, comparatively goes a little overboard on this stuff. Don't you think so? And he loves having his name on stuff. Loves it. Yeah. Don't tell me behind the scenes he's not miffed, upset, and angry that his name came off the Kennedy Center. Wow. 866-391-1020. Michael Bartley on the Voice of Pittsburgh, KDKA, 82 degrees, a gorgeous day. Open forum, whatever you want to talk about. I'm here.
News, weather, traffic, and business every day. Hear it on News Radio KDKA.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Here's the latest from the KDKA Community Message Board.
Tell me this wouldn't sound nice. Reduced joint pain, improved libido, restful sleep, and lower anxiety. Weight loss may be the goal, but the added benefits by doing it with Awaken 180 are endless. Awaken180weightloss.com. It's the weekly program that keeps you current with the latest travel trends and vacation values. Listen to AAA's Talking Travel every Saturday morning at 11 on KDKA Radio. March of Dimes, it starts with Mom PA Military Shower, helps pregnant military families have one less thing to worry about with a fun, informative, and free baby shower. Saturday, August 22nd at the 316th Sustainment Command. If you're pregnant and you or your partner are an E6 or below active duty, reserve, or veteran military service member, call 412-506-8610 to join them.
Details at KDKARadio.com.
If you own a business, you've heard it all. From fast funding to easy approvals, everyone says the same thing. LendSeek is different. We show you what you actually qualify for. LendSeek's AI-enabled platform matches you with funding options with no guesswork. Up to $5 million in as fast as 24 hours. If you've been in business over a year, doing at least $50,000 per month, apply for free with zero out-of-pocket costs and access to over 100 lenders. Start ready, stay ready. LendSeek.com. LendSeek.com.
I built this business the old-fashioned way. Hard work and a whole lot of spreadsheets.
Yeah, about that, I upgraded us to Odoo. Odoo puts everything we need, sales, inventory, accounting, on one connected platform. No more juggling systems, no more headaches.
So it all works together?
Exactly.
Odoo is the all-in-one business software that makes running and passing on a business easier than ever. Take your business into the next generation. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Hi, this is Father Tom Burke of the Diocese of Pittsburgh. Join me for Catholic Education Plus this Sunday morning at 6:30 as we
spotlight our Catholic schools and faith formation programs. Catholic Education Plus is sponsored by Sam and Judy Spanos and the Catholic Diocese of Pittsburgh.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Okay, welcome back. Michael Bartley on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDK. You know, it's Saturday. 866-391-1020. Whatever you want to bring up is fine with me. Fine with me. Don't forget on Tuesday, I didn't want to keep hitting this up because I'm involved in this. I'll be here with you, calling all Pittsburgh creators, whether you're considering a podcast, launching your first show, or you're a seasoned pro. It's time to connect. Join us right here at Odyssey Pittsburgh for the Pittsburgh Podcasters Meetup to share ideas. It's going to be fun. We're going to find collaborators, grow your audience. All right? Search PodFest on Eventbrite. Just go to Eventbrite. Just type in Eventbrite. Do the Google thing. That'll pop up. And that search bar, you put PODFEST, PodFest, and secure your spot today. Limited number, so you better get moving on that. All right, okie dokie, to the phones we go. Matt in Collier Township. Matt, you're on KDKA.
Hey, Michael.
Hi,
I just have to laugh about this. It's liberals don't want Trump to have anything at all, whether it's a name. You mentioned all these legal battles. Anything he does, as you know, he could cure cancer and they'd sue him because he didn't do it fast enough. There's so much hatred for that guy out there. And, yeah, he does some things that I don't appreciate and don't agree with. But in general, you have to look at where things are going, this Iran peace deal, the security at the border, the economy's booming, like where things are heading. It's just like I don't get they don't want him to have anything. They just want to be obstructionists. I was just in D.C. I was there 3 years ago for a conference. The place was a crap hole. All the monuments were disgusting, polluted. Vagrancy all over the place. I was just there. I saw 2 vagrants the entire time I was there over by the convention center. Monuments were pristine. The place is sparkling. Crime is down. What is the problem? I don't they just don't want the guy to have anything. And to your point on the naming thing, I completely agree. When he leaves office, they will not put his name on anything. And that's why he's doing it now. Is he a vain person? Absolutely. Does he want his name on there? Absolutely. That I agree with, whatever.
Matt, I think that was the very excellent call, and I appreciate you calling me. And I think I just have a couple observations if you give me some leeway
sure,
here.
Absolutely.
And I think I'll tell you what I think, Matt. I do. I'll tell you what I think. I think a couple things. I think that liberals, I don't even think it's liberals as much as, medium to left, but I think part of this is the political pendulum, and I don't know if I want to say payback, but maybe payback for how conservatives and Trump supporters treated Joe Biden and the successes that he had, and there were many. And he could do nothing right as well. And I remember. Let me finish. Let me finish. And the vitriol against that man, and the vitriol against the people that worked for him as well. I think that's one thing. I think the other thing is the first year what Trump did with pardoning the January 6 people, all that type stuff. I think. I think people still have hard feelings about that. I do. And Trump's my president, but I'm just giving you that perspective. And I think you and I see his successes probably differently. I do. Listen, should be, if they build that arch for him.
There's a lot of successes, Michael, that you just can't deny, though. There's a lot of, and we'll talk about the vitriol for Biden. A lot of that comes from, especially the people that work for Biden, because they treated anybody that supported Trump as a lesser human being, and they treated us like idiots. Like, everybody saw the situation at the border. And Mayorkas goes in front of Congress and says, no, the border's secure. Like, what are you talking about? We all have eyes. We all have ears. We can see what's going on. And that's where the vitriol with the Biden administration comes into play, is they treated everyone like idiots.
You know, the border, and I've said many times on my shows that the situation at the border, Trump was hugely, and the poll numbers, people gave him tons of credit for that. They did. But, you know, right now, Matt, he's a very unpopular president. And that, listen, so was Joe Biden. Joe Biden was at the end, too. And it's interesting in politics. You know, like I say before, no matter who's in there, at the end of the day, everybody ends up hating them. You know, unless you're truly, and it's true. It's just one of those things. We sort of see a different person, but you know. And the Trump folks want to get on and on about, oh, you know, he can do nothing right, and you just hate him, and you have Trump, whatever that syndrome is called, but that was the same, syndrome, yeah. The Trump derangement syndrome. But all of my Trump buddies, who, you know, we laugh and talk, and all my Trump buddies had Biden derangement syndrome. It's just, it is what it is. But I'll tell you this. His name never should have gone.
I think a lot of the Biden stuff, though.
What's
Biden
that?
stuff, though, was very selfish. But Biden ran as a uniter, did he not? And then as soon as he got elected, he jumped to the far left and just began just demeaning anyone that supported Trump, like just hammering them nonstop. But yet he ran his entire campaign as a uniter. Biden made that choice. Biden could have been the uniter that he ran on, but he chose to go in a completely different direction. And that's where a lot of the hatred and vitriol from the Trump supporters comes in when it comes to Joe Biden.
Yeah, you guys hated him, and you guys didn't let up on him. Matt, I'm going to let you have the last word right there. I got to run. Hey, listen, good call. Thanks for the call.
Right,
I appreciate it. You bet. Hey, I don't care. You guys can, hey, your opinion's okay with me. It is. 866-391-1020. News coming up.
Life's best moments start with perfect choices. For Connie Nowak, it was a trolley ride and a 67-year love story. A life of family, smart decisions, and companionship with Chester the cat. Her retirement choice? The village at St. Barnabas. Recreation, healthcare, close to family, everything on her list. Plus, it's an exceptional retirement value with a flexible entry process and affordable rates. St. Barnabas Retirement Communities, stbarnabascommunities.com, or call 724-444-5568.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds, and you're overweight. Winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you, with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So, yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds, too. Get a quote right now at 800-777-1979, 800-777-1979, or biglou.com.
Now that I'm retired, I'm worried about making ends meet. Food, medicine, and rent cost more every day. And that's why I used benefitscheckup.org. It connected me to an extra $1,000 a month. Benefitscheckup.org is a free service from the National Council on Aging. In a few clicks, older adults like me can see if they might qualify for money-saving programs. If you're on a fixed income, benefitscheckup.org might help you too. For free, visit today.
Supported by the U.S. Administration for Community Living.
Hi, this is elder law attorney Carl Zachariah. Betty called me last week because her mother's in a nursing home and had given her $30,000 2 years ago. I told her that 5-year look back will not apply. We can get it fixed. Call Zachariah Brown at 724-942-6200 or visit PittsburghElderLaw.com.
While you sleep, There are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
ABC News, I'm Mike Dubusky. U.S. and Iranian officials say a memorandum of understanding between the two sides could be signed soon. The 60-day pause in fighting is intended to allow time to hammer out agreements around the Strait of Hormuz and Iran's nuclear program. The president's name has been removed from the Kennedy Center after a judge ruled last month he needs congressional approval to make that change.
Administration officials have said in a court filing that the president's name has in fact been removed from the facade of the building. At 11 o'clock this morning, an hour before the latest deadline set by a federal judge here in Washington, the update came that behind that tarp that's now in front of the Kennedy Center, workers have taken down the president's name from all physical signage of the building and grounds.
ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy. And overnight, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act expired after lawmakers left town on recess without agreeing to an extension of that surveillance legislation. This is ABC News.
Join Beth Andrews for the Net Worth Financial Hour Saturdays at 1 to get the news and information you need to make your retirement dream a reality. That's the Net Worth Financial Hour with Beth Andrews, Saturdays at 1. Net Worth Advisors, LLC is a registered investment advisor.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
How do airplanes fly? What's in this box? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Learn how to store your gun securely and make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
When you get a diagnosis of Parkinson's disease, things get real.
And nobody understands that better than the Parkinson's Foundation. All across the country, we provide resources and support in the fight against Parkinson's, a neurological disease that affects movement.
The Parkinson's Foundation is dedicated to improving care and advancing research towards a cure.
And when you call our helpline, you'll speak to a real person who can help you find the right information. Because while living with Parkinson's can be challenging, there are things you can do to improve your quality of life. So, whether you're newly diagnosed, have been living with Parkinson's for years, or caring for a loved one,
when Parkinson's gets real, find real answers at the Parkinson's Foundation.
Go to parkinson.org or call our helpline at 1-800-4PD-INFO, 1-800-473-4636. The Parkinson's Foundation. Better lives together.
Gigantic June savings are underway at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. In our meat department, 80% lean fresh ground beef is $3.99 a pound. In the produce department, fresh sweet blueberries, 1-pint packages, 2 for $4. In the deli, Michigan Turkey Farms pepper-coated turkey breast is $9.99 a pound. And additional savings this week, Dasani water, 24-pack, 16.9-ounce bottles, buy one, get one free.
Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Morgan & Morgan isn't just an injury firm. It's our family's life work. It's my husband, it's my sons, it's me. When we take a case, we see a family just like ours. $30 billion recovered is something I'm proud of. But what I'm really proud of are the families we stood beside. It's an honor to fight for you when you need our support the most. Morgan & Morgan, for the people and your family.
Morgan & Morgan, 603 Stanwick Street, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania lawyer will handle Pennsylvania cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Are you passionate about youth hockey but facing financial barriers? The Assisted Goals Foundation helps to provide funds for those who need it. We believe that every player deserves a shot at their dreams, regardless of financial circumstances. Scholarship applications are now open through the Assisted Goals Foundation. Don't let cost keep your child from hitting the ice. Visit our website, assistedgoals.org, to learn more and apply today. Together, we can break down the barriers and keep the love of hockey alive. Not in need but love the sport and want to pay it forward, you can also donate online at assistedgoals.org today.
Get connected. That's the Inside Connection this Saturday morning at 9 with your local Medicare experts from MediConnect. If you're turning 65, hear all the inside information available to seniors on the Inside Connection, presented by MediConnect. Medicare made simple.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Low humidity and sunshine this afternoon, high a warm 85. Then we turn cloudy with a low of 64 tonight. Showers and afternoon thunderstorms tomorrow. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zayer, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us Monday on the Big K Morning Show, 5:30 until 10. The world awaits for a peace deal. We'll have an update, plus our weekly visit with Lenny McAllister.
Hey, welcome back. Oh, baby. Michael Bartley, I'm here till 5 o'clock. 866-391-1020. 866-391-1020. Back to the phones we go. Mike in New Brighton. Mike, welcome.
How are you?
Fine, how are you?
I don't know what. Great. I don't know what the heck that guy you just had on before the news.
Yeah.
What the economy's booming?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get that either. I think he's referring.
The economy is booming. Ask him to call you back and explain that. We got 4.3 inflation, but it's booming. How do you come up with that?
I don't know. I'm with you on that, Mike. I'll tell you why. Because I'll tell you why.
I mean, that's not PBS. That's just common sense.
I know, and right? I got you. Hold on, stay there. I ran out of time there, but I think he was referring to the stock market. But you don't tie it to the stock market, because when the stock market crashes on a day,
a whole different world.
Then you think Trump is a bum when the stock market goes down. No, but 71% of Americans believe Trump's doing a terrible job with the economy, and inflation is through the roof.
It was booming.
I didn't get that.
You should have a breathalyzer when they call him. So he could blow in.
No, but he was a nice guy. He was a nice guy, but
he can be as nice as you want.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta have common sense.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God. How do you keep your cool?
I tell you, but I'm trying to because I have to wonder where somebody's going.
Where's it coming from?
And I understood his thing about the left, they won't give Trump any credit, but the right never gave Biden any credit, never. And I'm sorry,
that's not the point. That's not what we're supposed to be doing, giving credit. You're supposed to be doing good for the country.
Exactly. and you're not supposed to saying you love inflation, and you're not supposed to stand in front of the media and say you never think on a daily basis that Americans have trouble with their finances, and that's what Trump
point
said.
At him and say you're ugly. You don't know what you're talking about. What is that, man? And that's just so ridiculous. It is ridiculous that a guy like that, you're our president.
Yeah, I get you. I do, Mike. I do.
Come on. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. And you call in and say everything's hunky dory, and
it's not. And it's not.
No,
and they get. You know what? And I'll tell you something. For all those years, they called us snowflakes, but they're the real snowflakes. If you rip on Trump and criticize Trump, they start crying. That guy didn't. I liked him. I did. The guy, he was nice. And I think he was referring to the stock market, but I don't want to put words in his mouth. But the economy, Mike, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%, Mike, from New Brighton. The economy is not booming. It's not booming. It's not booming.
Out of your mind.
It's not.
Or you jump.
Exactly. Mike, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. All right. I appreciate it. He's right. He's right. Now, my friend from Collier, you call me anytime you want. I enjoyed our conversation. And it was a good call. It was good opinions. But I knew as soon as that come out of his mouth that someone's going to call and say, what the hell is he talking about? The economy's booming. It's not booming. It's not. 71% of Americans think Trump is a bum on the economy. He's so unpopular on it. And people think that I go on about Trump all the time. A, that's not true. B, but, you can express your opinion too. We just see two different people. We just do. We just do. There's no doubt about it. And, you know, they go on about, and they with their Biden, you know, syndrome, and they can't understand why people are so mad at Trump, and he has numbers worse than Jimmy Carter. And they're so mad about inflation and the price of gas, and he talks out of both sides of his mouth on this war business. And people don't have, I don't think, short memories as it relates to how Joe Biden was treated and the vitriol against him. And I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry that, you know, Donald Trump, who you make out to be this greatest, make America great again, get the hell out of here. I mean, come off it. No way. And my caller from Collier, who seems to be a really good guy, call me anytime. I'm not disrespecting you. And if you think I am, I apologize. It's not meant to be. But you guys never gave Joe Biden any credit. Never. You never gave him credit for the infrastructure law. You never gave him credit for the Inflation Reduction Act. You never gave him credit for economic growth coming out of the post-pandemic economy, which was a disaster. Biden created millions of jobs, and it hit record low unemployment. You never gave him credit for the American Rescue Plan. You never gave him credit for the respect we got around the world in foreign policy. Never. Never. I could go on and on. You hated his guts. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate anybody. And my caller said that, you know, Biden ran and ran his whole campaign on bringing the country together. It's political talk, you know. But, you know, listen, people aren't stupid. Trump stood up there. Your buddy Trump stood up at Charlie Kirk's funeral and said to his wife in front of the country, you know, you say you love your opponents. I hate my opponents. Well, that's we have to take. He's the president. We have to take him at his word. Joe Biden never said that. To me, Joe Biden was president of the United States. And Joe Biden worked legislatively with both sides of the aisle to get things done. I think Trump circumvents Congress. I think Trump believes that 50% of Americans are his opponents and he hates us. I believe that. I do. Because he said it. Do you not believe him? Do you not believe him? Maybe you don't. Maybe, like I always say, you know, I sometimes I need my MAGA friends, and I have many, to translate for me because I don't get that. I don't. And don't pretend that you were nice to Joe Biden and that you didn't rip his head off at every chance. Don't even go there. Don't even go there. And you know, and you get snowflakey when people rip on Trump and, you know, all that type stuff. And I don't think it's true. Listen, in many respects, and the majority of time, it's your guy who creates the division. It is. To me, it is. You know? But no, my guy from Collier, that was a good call. It was. And I think all calls are good, unless it becomes personal. And then I put you on the don't call list because, you know, I'm not going to go for any of that. I'm not. But, you know, this is why Saturdays are so fun. But let's respect each other. I know you have probably a different view. You might have a different view than I do, or you might agree with me. 866-391-1020. 866-391-1020. Michael Bartley, and I value your opinion.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hey, want to do dinner with us tonight?
I don't know. The kids just left. I think we're just going to stay in tonight.
Oh, come on. Don't miss out again.
Miss out on what?
Catching up with friends. The sounds of winning. Celebrations. Endless laughs. And memories they'll never forget. Don't just hear about the fun. Time moves fast, so go have it. Rivers Casino. Don't miss the moment.
When you get a diagnosis of Parkinson's disease, things get real.
And nobody understands that better than the Parkinson's Foundation. All across the country, we provide resources and support in the fight against Parkinson's, a neurological disease that affects movement.
The Parkinson's Foundation is dedicated to improving care and advancing research towards a cure.
And when you call our helpline, you'll speak to a real person who can help you find the right information. Because while living with Parkinson's can be challenging, there are things you can do to improve your quality of life. So, whether you're newly diagnosed, have been living with Parkinson's for years, or caring for a loved one,
When Parkinson's gets real, find real answers at the Parkinson's Foundation.
go to parkinson.org or call our helpline at 1-800-4PD-INFO, 1-800-473-4636. The Parkinson's Foundation. Better lives together.
The Big K Morning Show with Larry Richards.
Hall of Fame broadcaster Bill Hillgrove, we need to get you as the cover boy for an effort to reignite the regatta. You could do this by barefoot skiing coming down the Ohio River towards the point.
I swam in the Allegheny, and that was enough of that. Now, water skiing, you stay out of the water if you're good.
Weekday mornings 5:30 to 10 on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hi, I'm Peter Sagal. When we were growing up, my two brothers and I just loved our Uncle Ted. He was like a really cool big brother who always brought around the best toys and took us to the best places and with whom we always had the most fun. It was odd, though, when we got older, to realize he wasn't nearly as outgoing and adventurous with other adults. I found out much later that this might have had something to do with the ostomy bag he wore ever since he was diagnosed with Crohn's disease as a teenager and had part of his lower intestine removed. Theodor Skolnick, my Uncle Ted, died last year at the age of 80, never having once mentioned his illness to me or my brothers. He left a large bequest to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation to help fund better treatments for these diseases and also to help other people, old and young, seek and get help for the situation that he was never able to talk about. Don't feel you need to hide your Crohn's or colitis. Go to spillyourguts.org to learn more about the treatments available and even find a specialist. That's spillyourguts.org.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
Unapologetic in his talk. It's Michael Bartley on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
And by the way, Michael Bartley with you on the Voice of Pittsburgh. And by the way, on my shows, I have given Trump credit for certain things. Yes, I have. But I can't, but it's very difficult to get the MAGA folks to give Biden credit and Obama credit on things. They can't get it out. They can't. Not all. I'm not trying to paint a wide brush here. Not all, but yeah, it's true. Trust me on that. I think Trump did a hell of a deal with the U.S. Steel, Nippon Steel thing here in Pittsburgh. I really do, and I've said it on the air. I have. I think the Trump administration does a good job pushing back on this Title IX and Title X business. I know that's a narrow thing where white males, and I'm not making this out to be race, but heterosexual white males get crushed and accused of things and don't get due process. And on the flip side of that, Trump did a terrible job on some of the immigration where people did not get due process like Obama did. On and on and on. But I'm just saying. I'm kind of a centrist. I don't even consider myself a liberal. Listen, and I'll say it again. Extremists on both sides are dangerous to America. Believe me. And you're making life miserable, believe me. All right, to the phones we go. Going in order. Gary in Georgia. Gary, welcome back.
Michael, thank you.
You bet.
You're talking about Trump. Well, my view is that this, in all due respect to everybody, this isn't hard to figure out. It's not hard to figure out at all. If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it's a narcissist duck. He's a narcissist. No, seriously. On
the Kennedy Center thing, he's a narcissist. And I think so too.
No, he's been a narcissist on almost everything. He's been a narcissist person, and we elected one. We're paying a price for it. And we haven't bottomed out. I'll make a statement again. We have not bottomed out in this country, Michael. You know what I'm talking about overall. Mm-hmm. We have not bottomed, especially culturally. We're in more danger. Yeah, we are in danger. We're more in danger than most people think. That's how I feel about it. And I'm older than Trump, actually. I don't know what that says, but I'm.
He's 80. He's 80 tomorrow. He's 80 tomorrow.
I know he's not be 81 September. I'm lucky. Yeah, he doesn't look too bad for his age, though. I'll tell you
I'll tell you one thing. He moves pretty good. His falling asleep and all that type of stuff. Oh man, if Biden did that, they'd go out of their minds. But and I'll tell you one thing I give him credit for. I mean, he doesn't.
I don't know.
He goes up and down and back and forth on a lot of it's lies and exaggerations out of his mouth. But he walks up to the media 3 times a day, and Joe Biden hid from the media. So did Obama. So did all presidents. They were controlled by their media relations team. Trump he doesn't care what the questions are.
That's what narcissists do.
Maybe.
They talk a lot.
Maybe that's part of...
ending, I'll just say.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say maybe part of that is why his poll numbers are so bad now. Maybe he does need to shut up.
He can't.
Narcissists
can't do that.
He can't.
And they can't admit when they're wrong about anything.
And
have you give me one example
when they're wrong about something and they can't fix something? It's the other guy's fault. It's Biden's fault.
Greed has no heart ever. I'll see you. Take care.
Okay.
Greed has no heart.
Yep, indeed. Gotcha. Thanks, Gary. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
You bet.
Bye-bye.
You bet. Absolutely. Jeff in Cranberry, Marcia in Bethel Park. Everybody stand by because I just have a short time here before I get to news. Everybody stand by. I got lots of room. 866-391-1020. If you call now, I'll get you in by the 5 o'clock. I'll get you in. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. But listen, it's just a matter of maybe he does. Maybe it's because he doesn't shut up. But I will give him this. And I remember, and I've said this before, and I have. I remember when Obama and Hillary Clinton were in the battle of their life for the primary in Pennsylvania. And if you've never been a journalist like I was, and I am in many respects, but I do a lot of opinion now, but covering a presidential race can be difficult because they hold you at bay, they lock you in, they keep you at arm's length. Unless the candidate wants to talk to you, you ain't getting an interview. You're not even going to get a whole bunch of microphones before the candidate. And Obama was fine. He worked the line at the David R. Lawrence Convention Center. It was the weekend before the primary. And I threw the mic in his face. He was totally cool with it. He was. Obama was. The Hillary Clinton people were not. No, I don't dislike her. I thought her husband was a very good president. I do. And the weirdos, because he had, never mind. I thought he was an accomplished president. But look, and the weirdos hated his guts for all different weirdo reasons. But stupid reasons. The Hillary Clinton people were nasty. You put that microphone in her face, you'll never get another. And I'm like, oh, please. I'm like, you know what? Don't confuse me with somebody who cares. Get away from me. Get away from me right now. They were like little kids. I was a middle-aged man. Being intimidated, that's a Cub reporter's thing. They thought I was stupid. But no. But I think Trump... okay, and maybe that is maybe Gary's right. Maybe that's why, because he doesn't shut up and gets himself in a verbal jackpot every day because he can't shut up. But he's not. He sits down at a desk and pulls the media in, and I kind of like that. I do. All right, news coming right up.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
Ready to start thinking like Wall Street without leaving Main Street? Tune in Sunday mornings at 6:30 for a slice of advice with Kelton Burgess. Right here on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Let's play a game. The rewards are high if played right. In the game, you can receive an education, choose a career, buy property, get married, and so much more. Success in the game doesn't rely on luck, chance, or even strategy. To win, you must know the rules. The Constitution is the rulebook for our game. It tells the players, you, me, the government, what's fair, what's foul, and who makes the calls. Learn the Constitution. Use it, defend it, and win, because if you don't know the rules, you can't win the game.
Freedom. It's an American thing. From AmericanThing.org. Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
From ABC News, I'm Mike Dubusky. President Trump says a deal between the U.S. and Iran is scheduled to be signed tomorrow, though Iran says while it could happen in the coming days, it won't be tomorrow. ABC Chief Washington correspondent Jonathan Karl says it includes reopening the Strait of Hormuz as well.
President Trump emphasizes that under this agreement, if it is finalized, Iran will agree never to have or make a nuclear weapon. But there is nothing new about that. In fact, in the very first paragraph of the nuclear agreement that was negotiated by President Obama more than a decade ago, Iran makes that promise. That was an agreement, of course, that President Trump tore up in his first term.
In accordance with several major rulings against the Trump administration's renovation efforts at the Kennedy Center, the president's name has been removed from the Performing Arts Center. Here's ABC News Chief National Correspondent Stephen Portnoy.
The initial response from the president 2 weeks ago was to basically indicate that he would be walking away from the renovation and leaving it to lawmakers to figure it all out. But late last week on Air Force One, the president told reporters that he's been asked, as he put it in the strongest of language, to stay involved with the Kennedy Center. On June 5th, last week, he said he's considering that and would take a look at other ways to revitalize the facility given the judge's ruling.
Tomorrow, the front lawn of the White House will play host to a series of UFC fights, part of the Trump administration's planned celebrations marking 250 years since the founding of the United States. ABC Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce.
Trump has a long friendship with UFC Chief Dana White. The administration now launching new partnerships. UFC fighters coming in to train FBI agents in hand-to-hand combat.
When President Kennedy announced that we were going to put a man on the moon.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio even comparing the UFC to the moon landing.
On doing what no one else dared to do.
And a tornado watch is up through parts of Kansas and Missouri through late tonight. You're listening to ABC News.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month during Window Nation's Buy 4 Get 4 free sale. Yes, half of your new beautiful energy efficient windows free. Plus no money down and no monthly payments or interest for 2 years. Call now 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
I've been telling you all about the secret war on our cash and the free report you can receive a copy of by contacting Swiss America at 800-289-2646. I'd also like to encourage you to subscribe to their podcast on YouTube. Just search Swiss America Trading. The podcast can provide you a ton of vital information and financial news in the challenging and uncertain times we're in. Subscribe today. Learn more about BRICS, industry leaders, and their market predictions for the future, along with what you might expect to see in terms of precious metal performance in the weeks and months ahead. Message and data rates may apply.
Some popular prediction markets are suing to try and block a new tax. ABC's Brian Clark explains.
Trump has a long friendship with USC Chief Dana White. The administration now launching.
Kentucky implemented a 14.25% tax on prediction markets earlier this year. Now a group of those markets, including Kalshi and Polymarket, are suing, saying the tax is discriminatory and unconstitutional. The suit points out that the rate is higher than more than 9% tax on horse tracks. Game 5 of the NBA Finals is in just a few hours, with the New York Knicks currently leading the Spurs 3-1. ABC's Trevor Alt is at the Fort Bank Center in San Antonio.
Both the Spurs and the Knicks talk about how they have to put Game 4 behind them. And while both teams are facing very different scenarios here, the Knicks only needing one more win for a championship. The Spurs now do or die for 3 straight games. All of them said they simply have to focus on just playing one more game, and both of them feel confident.
Meanwhile, the World Cup continues with the first East Coast match set to kick off this evening in New Jersey between Brazil and Morocco. Yesterday, Team USA notched its first win, beating the team from Paraguay. This fan in L.A. has big hopes for the U.S.'s chances.
Feels surreal, man. 4-1, we're going to go all the way. We're excited. We're going to go all the way. We got the team this year. The
World Cup runs through mid-July. I'm Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
Team
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Mostly sunny this afternoon, warm with low humidity and a high of 85. Then clouds move in with a low of 64 tonight. A couple of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
He's downright entertaining, and he's on the voice of Pittsburgh. Michael Bartley, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
All right, since I'm never shutting up here today, I'm going to shut up for a little bit, get to some phone calls, but I want to get to that Carnegie Mellon story. I'll do it after this next call. Jeff in Cranberry. Jeff, you are on KDKA. Hi, Jeff.
Good afternoon, Michael. How are you doing?
Fine. How are you?
Good. I just want to say I'm conservative Republican. I'm embarrassed these days because nothing about the Republican Party is conservative anymore. Okay, they spend more than any Democrat out there. And as far as MAGA, there's no numbers that prove anything they're saying. All the numbers prove the opposite. And what else I can say is one more thing is, one of my sons, we all work together, as you know.
Yep.
One of my sons is a tough Trumper, right on the board of MAGA.
Yep.
And the other side is a little like me. And what I want to say to people is, don't let Trump and this problem get into your family. Agree to disagree. Don't let it get into your family.
Good for you. Good for you, Jeff. I'm 100% in agreement. You know, I was in Florida a week ago, and we had a reunion and a graduation party, and I have quite a few Trumpers in my family. Well, we all do. And listen, he got what, 90 million votes, and Jeff we never brought it up, never. And even if we did, listen, this should never be personal. This is America, Jeff. You're right.
Yeah, just laws go against the family and destroys families.
I agree with you. And, you know, the other thing, since you brought this up, can I just say, Jeff, and you know how much I respect you, can I just say that, you know, and people go on, you know, and hear me go on about some of the things that Trump makes me mad about, but if you're a conservative Republican, like I remember, my uncle who... I didn't know anyone more conservative. He would not have considered Trump a conservative. He wouldn't have, because of the deficit is through the roof. It's crazy, but when you're a conservative Republican, I always got that. I get that, and you know, over the years, we've compromised. If you're a conservative Republican, work your butt off. You want to pay less taxes. I have my own business too, Jeff. I'm sort of fiscally conservative and middle to the road to conservative. And those bread and butter, so what I used to call country club Republican issues, I totally get that. But you're right. The MAGA stuff is I don't think it is that. I don't.
I agree with you again that the bottom 20% of each party, I think they're trying to destroy America.
And I tell you, that scares the hell out of me, because I think...
Me too.
I don't think you're wrong. I don't, Jeff. Listen, what did I say 20 minutes ago? The extremists on both sides I think the extremists on both sides are dangerous for America. I really do. And I'm going to tell you something else. There's great arrogance, and I think maybe on the extreme left is even more arrogant, and they get under my skin, But there's arrogance and self-righteousness on the extremists on both ends of this candle here, Jeff. No doubt about it.
100%. 100%.
100%. Jeff, thanks for the call. You're spot on as usual. You are spot on as usual. No doubt. Listen, I'll tell you something. He's right. He's right. He's so right. Adding, what was it? $5 trillion to the deficit. Remember the deficit was a big deal? And the big beautiful bill comes in, and I said, if someone's a conservative, and they'd look at me, whether I was at Giant Eagle or volunteering at a food pantry or having lunch at the Duquesne Club. They'd look into my eyes and say, you know what? You're right. That's not conservatism. When Reagan came in, it was cut. Trickle-down economics. Cut taxes. So that it would instill business to thrive, to hire people. And I get that. I got it. I understand fiscal conservatism. I do. I totally do. And I would call that, I call that now the country club Republicans, like the big, but I'm telling you, and did they hold their nose and vote for Trump? Most probably did. Are a lot sorry they did? I think most are. Look at the numbers. The hardcore MAGA crowd maintains their allegiance through anything. But look at the numbers. When I say this guy is less popular than Jimmy Carter, look at the numbers. What did somebody say a couple of days ago on my show? What was that, Thursday? That he's reminded of Lyndon Johnson, who had major legislation to his name, and the Vietnam War tore him apart. And wasn't it Lyndon Johnson's saying, a hitchhiker in a Texas hailstorm on a highway, you can't run and you can't hide. You just continue to get pounded. Anyway, he was equating Trump to Lyndon Johnson's end of term. And I got it. I understood it. Listen, I know. Look, it's fine. I don't care who your candidate is. He's my president too. I can't relate to him like you can. But listen, be honest. Be honest. And we just see two different people. I guess we just see two different people. We do. But Jeff from Cranberry is right. He's right. Trump is no conservative. This Trump administration is not a conservative Republican administration. It's not. It's not. Inflation's a disaster. The deficit, what did he do? Quadruple the deficit? I mean, he's a mad spender. It's crazy. I get it. I know what that guy from Cranberry's saying. I get it. He's right. And listen, I'm with them on the extremism. I am. Listen, I think, and maybe I'm completely off the mark. I've been off the mark before. And, I hope you never think of me as self-righteous, because I've been wrong before, and I'm not such a narcissistic, self-righteous moron where I could pretend that I'm always right. Anybody who does that, stay away from that person. Stay far away from that person. Believe me. But I'm going to say this, and I'm hoping it's true. I think both parties are in trouble because of the extremism. I think my last caller would agree with that. I'm hoping to hell that centrism politics, middle-of-the-road politics, begins to prevail. I do. And I think independents have had enough. And I think you're going to see that in the midterms. We'll see what happens. That's a long way off, but we'll see. All right, I'll get back to the phones when I get back. Michael Bartley, KDKA.
Your source for everything that's news. Hear it on News Radio KDKA. Life's best moments start with perfect choices. For Connie Nowak, it was a trolley ride and a 67-year love story. A life of family, smart decisions, and companionship with Chester the cat. Her retirement choice? The Village at St. Barnabas. Recreation, healthcare, close to family, everything on her list. Plus, it's an exceptional retirement value with a flexible entry process and affordable rates. St. Barnabas Retirement Communities, stbarnabascommunities.com, or call 724-444-5568.
Hi, Paul Alexander here to let you know the KDK has planned a fabulous 5-day Arizona getaway this September, and it's filling up fast. My wife Shelley and I want you to join us for an unforgettable trip based in beautiful Flagstaff, a relaxed mountain town that makes the perfect home base. From there, we'll explore the incredible red rocks of Sedona, travel by rail to the breathtaking Grand Canyon, a bucket list spot that everyone needs to see at least once. And then we'll take in the stunning scenery around Lake Powell with its deep blue water and wide open views. It's the perfect mix of sightseeing, natural beauty, and plenty of time to just enjoy where we are. And September is truly the sweet spot. Comfortable weather, no summer crowds, and everything planned for you. No guessing, no stress. Just show up and enjoy Arizona. Space is limited. Seats are disappearing quickly. Visit travelwithkdk.com or call 800-383-3131. Again, travelwithkdk.com or call 800-383-3131. Can't wait to see you there.
Are you prepared for winter storms and possible power outages? Duquesne Light Company urges you to prepare your emergency kit ahead of the next storm. Stock up on bottled water, non-perishable food, flashlights, batteries, a first aid kit, and warm blankets to keep you and your family safe and comfortable. And don't forget to charge your devices. A little preparation goes a long way. Learn more about how to prepare for storms year-round at DuquesneLight.com/stormplan. That's DuquesneLight.com/stormplan.
I never thought of myself as the type to settle down. Never knew where the team's next lunch was coming from. But then I met you, Easy Cater.
Workplaces everywhere are saying, I do want delicious food at work. And they're ordering from beloved restaurants with Easy Cater.
You were reliable. You had great options for every budget, even when marketing ops did keto again. We got through that together. With you, it's just so easy. Easy Cater, will you keep showing up at my workplace forever?
Find love at first lunch. Order at easycater.com.
This Father's Day at Lowe's, we have extra big deals for a very limited time, so you can get Dad the gift he's been wishing for. Get a free Select Craftsman, DeWalt, or Cobalt battery when you buy a Select Combo Kit. Plus, save $90 on a Cobalt 24-volt battery string trimmer and leaf blower combo kit. Now $129. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 6/15 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
New to Medicare, get covered with MediConnect. Listen Wednesdays around 1:40 to hear Lance O'Brien of MediConnect help you navigate the Medicare process. Simply great, unbiased information to get you the best healthcare coverage. Get covered with MediConnect. Medicare made simple.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
The following is an editorial by KDKA Radio Regional Vice President Michael Spacciapoli.
We hear it all the time. What's wrong with kids today?
We never did that when we were kids. Well, in light of several recently imposed chaperone demands, like the ones implemented in Market Square and now at Kennywood, we're more concerned about the parents. Where are they? When many of us were growing up and got in trouble, we were scared to death to go home because that's when the real consequences would follow. Many parents today depend on teachers and coaches to do all the heavy lifting. Discipline, hard work, knowing right from wrong, and integrity, which can be defined as doing the right thing when no one is looking, are values that need to be introduced and taught at home. It comes down to responsibility and accountability. If these values aren't required at home or taught at home, teachers and coaches are performing miracles to instill them. Raise your kids right and give the other mentors in their lives a fighting chance to mold them into upstanding and productive citizens.
This has been an editorial by KDKA Radio Regional Vice President Michael Spacciapoli. To view a transcript, go to kdkaradio.com. Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
And that's another thing my caller was right about, my last caller. Don't make it personal and don't ruin your family over this. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Okay, back to the phones. Here we go. Marcia in Bethel Park. Marcia, you are on KDK. Thanks for calling.
Michael.
Hi.
Hi. I want to tell you something about how I first observed you when I got in my car from the grocery store.
Yeah.
You were talking very quietly, very calmly.
Uh-huh.
You were saying you don't hate anybody, and then you were talking about Mr. Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very, very tuned in to your voice, to your way of talking, to the way that you presented things as I was listening for the last 37 minutes.
Wow.
I was just thinking, sitting here while the commercial was on, I don't think I've waited for a man that long.
Oh, Marcia, I love you. Wow.
So we'll get beyond that because
right.
I am now just turned 80 years old.
You did?
Yes, that 2 weeks ago.
Marcia,
and I'm very
you sound
very
way younger.
vigorous. Oh, I know. I feel very much younger. I don't know what it's supposed to feel like to feel 80. However, I will tell you that when I look at our president, and yes, I respect him because he is our president,
mm-hmm.
and I have learned through my spiritual philosophy to love everyone, but that doesn't mean I have to like everyone.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's right.
There's not too much I like about Donald Trump. However, when I watch him walking and when I watch him sleeping, he's beyond. He's gone. And I also believe that we should not have presidents who are beyond 70 years old.
That's interesting. Why do you say that? Because of I thought Biden was, when Trump started calling him Sleepy Joe, I thought that was disrespectful, but he was looking tired, and he would do that little mini jog to sort of try to get people convinced that he was in good shape. He might have been in great shape but you know what? And no offense to you, Marcia, but 80 years old is 80 years old. I'm sure your body and life and brain have changed.
Well, they have, and that's what I want to say. Over the years, I've recognized how I have aged, although I don't feel like 80. When I was 50, an insurance man asked me, how long do you think you're going to be driving? And I said, probably till I'm 65 or 70. And he said, oh, my God, my mother is 90 years old, and she's still driving. And that changed my mental equivalent for age. But I look at people, and I live in a senior apartment building, not independent living or assisted living, and I see people who are 80, and I believe maybe that's somewhat of what 80 should look like. And but you can't think as fast. Joe Biden was a politician for over 40 years.
Yeah.
He knew what he was talking about. He he did so many fantastic things while he was president, and as he was a senator. Yes, he made mistakes, and he said it. But Donald Trump will never admit he made a mistake. Donald Trump has always got to be right. And your caller just before, he's talking about extremists. This is an extremist Republican administration with billionaires and millionaires in charge. And when the extremist and the Democrat gets in, they want everybody to get something for free, almost hinging upon socialism. So both parties have got to come closer to the middle in a bipartisan way of looking at things as to what is better for our country and all people.
Marcia?
Yeah.
I am so glad you waited 37 minutes to talk to this man. I tell you, I love you. And that's another thing.
Well, thank you.
I tell you, I don't know. I mean, look, even during Nixon and Carter and Reagan and Clinton and Bush and, Obama, and we could come to the middle at the end of the day. We could and get legislation done. I think the division, and again, I could be wrong. I'm not some self-righteous moron. I think Trump has divided us more than ever in our history. I do.
Absolutely.
Marcia, I do.
Absolutely.
I can't help it.
And Michael, I'll tell you the thing that worries me, watching the way that he is spending money on things.
Oh.
And it worries me that when he finishes in 28, 29, he will not come back for a third term. We're not that weak that we're going to let that happen. And when the next Democratic president comes in, whoever it is, I am afraid that the money in the Treasury is going to be fairly depleted.
I'll tell you this
and
right now.
We're going to be in worse of a deficit coming back from this administration than this country has ever seen.
A lot of people say that it's going to take years for us to repair what the Trump administration has done and is doing, and I guess I can't argue with that. Marcia, listen, Marcia from Bethel Park, one of my favorite neighborhoods. What a pleasure it was to talk to you. Call me anytime.
Michael, I will be calling you back, and thank you very much. You have a blessed day.
You too. What a lovely human being. If she sound 80, I'll eat my hat. No way. What a wonderful person. All right, news, and then I'll get back to the phones.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know, taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council. I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know, taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life, your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
ABC News, I'm Mike Dubusky. U.S. and Iranian officials are inching towards the possibility of a deal to end the war by signing a memorandum of understanding. ABC's Michelle Franzen.
A senior administration official briefing reporters saying there is an 80 to 85% chance it will happen in the next couple of days. And Iran's foreign minister says a deal has never been closer. President Trump has indicated it could be signed as early as this weekend.
It's a very strong memorandum of understanding. That is a little conceptual, but it's something that's going to get done.
On Friday, Iranian state media released a 14-point memorandum of understanding. But Iran says it has not been approved by relevant authorities.
Earlier today, construction crews removed President Trump's name from the Kennedy Center. Last month, a federal judge had ruled the president needed to get congressional approval before moving ahead with his planned renovation project. This is ABC News.
Hi, this is Father Tom Burke of the Diocese of Pittsburgh. Join me for Catholic Education Plus this Sunday morning at 6:30 as we spotlight our Catholic schools and faith formation programs. Catholic Education Plus is sponsored by Sam and Judy Spanos and the Catholic Diocese of Pittsburgh.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Pittsburgh Speaker Series at Heinz Hall, presented by University of Pittsburgh, announces its 26-27 season. 7 evenings to deepen your understanding of the world around you, featuring Anderson Cooper, former UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, historian Anne Applebaum, financial journalist Andrew Ross Sorkin, and former NASA Administrator Charles Bolden. The series is sponsored by News Radio KDKA and the Spanos Group of Raymond James. Tickets on sale now at pittsburghspeakers.org.
When you get a diagnosis of Parkinson's disease, things get real.
And nobody understands that better than the Parkinson's Foundation. All across the country, we provide resources and support in the fight against Parkinson's, a neurological disease that affects movement.
The Parkinson's Foundation is dedicated to improving care and advancing research towards a cure.
And when you call our helpline, you'll speak to a real person who can help you find the right information. Because while living with Parkinson's can be challenging, there are things you can do to improve your quality of life. So, whether you're newly diagnosed, have been living with Parkinson's for years, or caring for a loved one,
when Parkinson's gets real, find real answers at the Parkinson's Foundation.
Go to parkinson.org or call our helpline at 1-800-4PD-INFO, 1-800-473-4636. The Parkinson's Foundation. Better lives together.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Here he comes.
Surprise! There's an avocado shortage! Now half your food truck menu is costing more than it's making you! Also, you're out of napkins!
Those aren't cheap! Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise, saving 13% on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, an ice cream truck stole your parking spot! Looks like you're in a turf war!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Miss Fernandez, what are those tiny things?
Those are what we call amoebas. You can only see them through a microscope.
Wow.
Today's students are tomorrow's great thinkers and innovators. But right now, there's a funding crisis in public schools. Millions of kids go to schools that don't have funding for books, computers, and so much more just because of where they live. You can help change that. Donors Choose is a nonprofit that lets you support students and teachers in your community and beyond. You choose which supplies to support. You could provide first graders with pencils and paper, or other students with their first chapter books, help a music class get a guitar.
You could even supply a classroom like mine with a science project. But what you're really giving is the moment that sparks a brighter tomorrow.
To learn more, please visit DonorsChoose.org. That's DonorsChoose.org. Choose students. Shape the future.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Patchy clouds tonight, the low 63. Tomorrow, a couple of thunderstorms in the afternoon could bring damaging wind gusts and flooding downpours, high 76. Less humid with clouds and sun on Monday. For AccuWeather, I'm Kerry Schwindenhammer, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
All right, hope you're having a good weekend, and be back on Monday. Tons to talk about after this weekend. Catch you Monday, 2 to 6, right here, KDK.
And for now, Michael Bartley, I'm here till 5 o'clock. So the next 20 minutes, I'm going to try to fit in all my callers, last 4 callers. It's going to go Joanne, Dan, Dave, Bishop. Try to get you all in. And by the way, speaking of Monday, I'll be here 10 to 2 for Marty on Monday as well. All right. And I'll bring up that subject Monday because we sort of ran out of time today about Carnegie Mellon getting ordering their staff back to in-person work. And I'm kind of in favor of that, but we'll talk about that Monday. No worries about it. All right. But for now, we're going all over, baby. We've had some fun 2.5 hours so far. Joanne in Point Breeze. Joanne, welcome back. You know, I'm sorry I didn't get to you the other day. I got swamped with calls. I'm sorry about that.
Hey, Michael, that's fine because I knew you wanted to talk about Elon Musk, and what I was going to do initially when you talked about New York City, and I think there was one other thing I was going to bring it in. I didn't want to swing it, and I'm glad you didn't get to me. But I am going to say something about Elon Musk. I've been following his documentary, and you know what? I don't begrudge this man. He's using his God-given brain to do things. He's not, I don't think, trying to not pay taxes. He's not trying to do things out of the table. I think there was one episode where a company, he was going this AI thing, and the company was talking to him, and he said, you got to wait. Now, I'm paraphrasing, because there's going to be taxes and things. It's going to be more than what you think on this. So, you know, I give him credit. I don't care about his money. It has nothing to do with that. The only thing that kind of PO'd me about him is he used somebody that wasn't worth it, used that money to help Trump get into office.
And I'm sorry, Joanne, I'm not entirely agreeing with you because I think what he did to USAID was awful, and and maybe it was personal. I had friends that worked there, but I think they did a good job fostering democracy around the world. I really do.
Yeah, right. Okay, the thing I want to talk about, we should be afraid. You have this loose cannon. They talked about Biden. If you look at what this man is doing, He went over Iran. He should have went big time over there. Now every leader in every country is talking about this man that something's wrong. They have to say something's wrong with him, and they talking about China and Russia. They see this man as weak. Something's wrong with him.
And their thing is, though, we never give him credit for the good things he's done. And I have. It's not often because I don't see the good things. I really don't. But don't sit there and cry about that. We're criticizing your guy when in the meantime, and don't pretend you didn't do everything in your power to tear down Joe Biden and stop being a snowflake about Trump when we criticize him.
Absolutely. Well, if you look at him and you see what he's done and the decisions he's making, now once he didn't go after Iran, every country is looking at him like, what is he doing? He has put us in those soldiers, put them in such a way that it is very shameless for anybody to say that this man's okay. I mean, I'm sorry if you look at him. Over the years and the things he's done. But I can't blame him by himself. I blame the Supreme Court for letting him get away with so much stuff, and then his counterparts, in order to keep their job and have that money coming in, none of those Republicans would speak up and say, no, you're not going to do that, including going after Iran and not going after him big time is what they should have done.
We need some younger presidents. We really do. Joanne, thanks for the call.
All right,
we'll talk
Michael,
Monday.
have a good day.
You too. Have a good weekend. Danny Boy in Mount Pleasant. Dan, my favorite Trumper. Go ahead.
Hey, Michael B. How you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing? Oh, wait. Hey, how was your pork chops the other day?
They were really good, man. You know what's on the agenda for Sunday?
What?
I'm going to do pork chops and sauerkraut based on Michael Bartley's endorsement.
Woo! I gave you that recipe, bro. I gave it to you.
I went back on the Odyssey app and wrote it down.
I'm going to get it on there. Don't worry. I'm going to get it on there.
All right. I want to address, if I can, this age issue. I love these people that come on the air. Hey, we got to have age limits. Do you know who and how old the oldest signer of the United States Constitution was, Mike?
Who? You're my Constitution guy.
Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah, what was his age?
81 years old.
Was he 81?
He was 81. He was in poor health. He actually had gout, and he was one of the brilliant people behind that document. Do you know who the second oldest was?
Who?
Roger Sherman of Connecticut. He was 66. Now, do you know what those two white old geezers, they had a couple things in common. Do you know what they were?
What?
They both signed the Constitution. They both signed the Declaration of Independence. And Wokesters, listen up. They both adamantly opposed slavery. Now, these people that want all these limitations on presidents and Congress, etc., all you have to do is amend the Constitution. You're going to need 2/3 of Congress. You're going to need 3/4 of the legislature. So if you truly believe that, you need to start asking the representatives that you're going to vote for in this midterm election. Because if it's going to be, let's get him because he's going to get Trump, well, then I guess your priorities of age limits and term limits, that's not really a priority, is it, Mike?
It's not. Dan, you are my number one Trumper. I think the world of you. Before you go, I have a question. You ready? Yeah. Are you watching the World Cup stuff?
I am not, Mike. And just to remind you, my idea of a sport, Mike, is it better have a motor and a set of headers on it and make one hell of a lot of noise.
Oh, man.
Asleep,
you are the man. Dan, have a great weekend. Good luck with those pork chops tomorrow.
Man.
You bet. All right. Okay, Dave in San Francisco. Dave, I got about 3 minutes for you. Go.
Oh, thanks, Michael. I'm glad you mentioned USAID. There were some statistics about how many people have died specifically from the USAID cuts.
Yes,
and
of course.
You can go to impactcounter.com. They do it as a breakdown of malaria, tuberculosis, child diarrhea, malnutrition, pneumonia, It's hundreds.
And Dave,
of thousands,
USAID did so much more than just medical help around the world. They fostered democracy.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you save some child's life, then all of a sudden the nation of America becomes a shining star in their parents' life. And the idea that Donald Trump has gone out of his way with the tariffs alone, not only has he ruined the farmers of America who are blowing their brains out, it's horrible what he's done to chase away America's customers. And he pretends to be a conservative, but a conservative doesn't chase away customers. He claims to be a hotelier, that he owns hotels. The customer should always be right. But he doesn't care about the customers. He doesn't care about Americans, customers.
And a conservative boasts personal freedom. Look at Donald Trump is the antithesis of conservatism. Go back to Barry Goldwater. Go back to what conservatives stand for. This MAGA businesses, they're not conservatives. They're not.
Oh, absolutely. And as a matter of fact, that previous caller talking about Ben Franklin and the eldest of the founding fathers, most of the founding fathers were deists. It's a kind of age of reason sort of religion, that they would look at proof as well as whether there were good translations of the various, Bibles. And so when it comes down to Hegseth, the other day he decided that the dog tags of America, he was going to throw away something like 130 religions.
Yeah,
in it, he threw away deists.
Yeah,
he threw away Unitarians.
Yeah, and
Unitarians.
And if that's conservative, I'll eat my hat again. Dave, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Got to take my break. I'm glad I fit everyone in. Bishop, you're going to have the last word coming up.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum recognizes Pennsylvania's combat veterans who have received medals for gallantry. With this Hall of Valor moment, here's the Education Director of Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum, Tim Neff.
Army Sergeant Dennis K. Walker of Allegheny, Fayette, and Washington counties was awarded the Distinguished Service Cross for heroism and the Silver Star Medal for gallantry in the Republic of Vietnam on the 10th of May, 1970. Sergeant Walker's recon company was pinned down by enemy fire. With disregard for his own safety, Walker repeatedly exposed himself to hostile fire as he assaulted enemy bunkers. He hurled grenades, took charge, and directed fire into the enemy positions. Walker then organized a landing zone for helicopters to evacuate the wounded. The enemy rallied and fired on the helicopters. Walker again assaulted the position, exhausting his ammunition. He then returned and rallied his men, leading them to the company's main body.
Soldiers and Sailors Memorial reflects the valor and heroism that shaped this great country. Consider a tax-deductible donation. For more information, visit soldiersandsailorshall.org.
When it comes to your home, trust means everything. At Home Genius Exteriors, trust starts with a conversation and a free roof and attic inspection, and it's earned with every roof we install. Let our dedicated project team and certified installers give you peace of mind. Call now and get 50% off all roofing materials, plus 0% APR and no payments till 2027. Call Home Genius Exteriors now at 855-U-R-GENIUS. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. See website for details.
The Big K Morning Show with Larry Richards.
Hall of Fame broadcaster Bill Hillgrove, we need to get you as the cover boy for an effort to reignite the regatta. You could do this by barefoot skiing coming down the Ohio River towards the point.
I swam in the Allegheny, and that was enough of that. Now, water skiing, you stay out of the water if you're good.
Weekday mornings 5:30 to 10 on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
A divorce is more than just legal paperwork. It's a life change. The stress, the uncertainty, the tough conversations. Cordell & Cordell understands what it's really like to face the unknown. The law firm of Cordell & Cordell has been representing clients during these transitions for over 35 years, helping you focus on what matters most. You don't have to go through it alone. If you or someone you know is facing a divorce or family law matter, visit CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong?
I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code PLAN to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money, so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code PLAN to borrow up to $10,000. Use code PLAN to borrow up to $10,000.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
You've heard the stories. Now talk about them with Michael Bartley. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Okay, welcome back. Last segment. Boy, that time went fast. Wow. Don't forget, I'll be here Monday 10 to 2 for Marty, who's on vacation, and Tuesday as well. And you know what? I want to remind you one last time. Don't forget about that. What did I do with it? I'll find it. Let me go to Bishop here. And Bishop, you're on KDK, and then I'm going to find that announcement. I wanted to read that one more time. Go ahead, Bishop.
Let me just say this, Brother Bartlett. This man is confused. If I saw the reports of what he is proposing for Iran, which said they haven't seen nothing really, it's like giving the whole country $30 billion, if I could stand to be corrected, to rebuild Iran. No. And these other payments, releasing money, and you had the audacity to talk about President Obama and the Republican Party. They're pitiful. If the proposal that I saw, we lost the war. I hope people know that. But of course, Americans are in denial. Number two is the economy. Even though some gas prices have gone down very little, the American people, Brother Bartlett, is having a hard time traveling this summer for summer vacations. Do you know that people are cutting back left and right?
Yes, I do. And I'm going to tell you this. I reported today to you and to my listeners that if you talk to the petroleum experts, yes, if they reopen the Strait of Hormuz, if they reached a deal tomorrow, gas prices will come down, but don't expect it to last. It's so fluid. You know, some of these guys are like, listen, you don't count on that with any certainty.
Well, the damage has been done, all right, for the summer and beyond. Now, my third point, and I'll close with this. The Kennywoods and the waterfront, and I'm clear, per se, but I wonder if it's been enforced downtown, the Market Square, etc. They're on the right path as far as the curfew and having chaperones. These students, not all, but there's a lot of students that are looking for venues to plot large events of fighting, disruption. I've never seen it so bad in my life. And, you know, I work in that arena and schools and what have you. But I hear these kids plotting. And it's somewhere down the line, you got to blame the parents. Where's my 14-year-old? Where's my 15-year-old? Where's my 16-year-old? Where's my 13-year-old? At 8, 9 o'clock at night. But I'll talk to you. Maybe I'll talk to you next week.
Bishop, thanks for the call. I appreciate that. Thanks for all the calls today. Really, really fun. By the way, this is the announcement I wanted to remind you of. All right, this is Tuesday right here. Calling all Pittsburgh creators. Whether you're considering a podcast, launching your first show, or you're a seasoned pro, it's time to connect. Join us at Odyssey Pittsburgh for the Pittsburgh Podcasters Meetup to share ideas, find collaborators, and grow your audience. Search Podfest. It's the Podfest, man, on Eventbrite and secure your spot today. Just go to Eventbrite, and it'll come up, Eventbrite Pittsburgh. Go in that search bar, all right, and put in there Podfest, Podfest. You got it? Podfest. So, you know, when I get back on Monday at 10 o'clock in the morning, I'll bring up this Carnegie Mellon thing because I think companies and educators are finally getting people to get back to work. And I know it's a sore spot. It is. People got mad at me last time. Oh, I want to work from home. I want to work from home. I want to work from home. Well, with those many people working from home, it hurts the diversity. It hurts the vibrancy of a city. Of, you know, and I thought Carnegie Mellon's statement on this was really cool. And I'm going to have that for you on Monday at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm also going to talk about the South Side. There's a huge street festival coming up next week. They spoke with all their folks about safety. I'm going to talk about my man, Richie Chupka. I have to give him a call and book him for Monday. And there's another thing that's in sort of a crisis stage because of the big, beautiful bill is cutting into... They're trying to force the hand of people who do Meals on Wheels. It's at a critical stage, and a lot of local agencies that do Meals on Wheels are having some trouble given the fact that they have to sort of re-register all these folks. They deliver Meals on Wheels to 80-year-old people, 90-year-old people, some who have disabilities. And we're going to get into that. There's a lot of frustration over it. And there's money involved. There's money involved. And it's federal cuts. And folks are not happy about that. Not at all. Not at all. So we're going to have a lot of stuff going on Monday. That'll be from 10 to 2. I'll be in for Marty. Yeah. As for today, boy, these 3 hours went fast, I'll tell you. I had a lot of fun. Hope you did too. I hope it was respectful, as we always are. As we always are, because I won't tolerate making it personal. Won't do it. I'll put you on the no-call list as sure as look at you. You know, that call from Cranberry Jeff, that's and Marcia, those are my takeaways. I want to get back to the middle. I do.